What you got going on here, Bubba?
We are running some corn liquor in the North Georgia Fat 10. This is a corn liquor that we did that is a semi-sour mash. We used dextrose, 100 pounds of dextrose in roughly 40 gallons of water, and took forever to finish off. But we're putting it in the pot now. We're going to get it running for the live tonight.
We're gonna put in the stumper.
We're going to put some more of this corn liquor in there, I think.
Everybody's gonna get it.
Everybody gets it.
Like Oprah Winfrey, you get corn liquor and you get corn liquor.
Yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. I think it's going to be awesome. Ran this kind of recipe a whole bunch of times, so I don't expect to be disappointed by it.
Nah. It'll drink.
This is run number 3 on the North Georgia still, so kind of getting used to how this still works. And yeah.
I think we worked all the kinks out on this here little worm bucket. Take some playing around with that little ball valve.
I can't see down in there.
I can.
Let me know when I've just come up past that inlet.
Yeah, all right.
Half inch or so.
A half inch?
Half inch-ish, yeah.
Maybe give her another
More, a little taste.
There it finally starts coming. Really good there.
All right. We're ready to turn the heat up a little bit. Start warming her up.
Let's get her fired up here.
Just wanted to let you know that Still in the Clear now offers heirloom corns. We've got the Hickory King White, we've got the Bloody Butcher, we've got the Jimmy Red, we've got a hybrid non-GMO blue corn, we've got the Trucker's favorite white corn. And if you've been wanting to try some of these corns and add a distinctively different flavor to your moonshine, other than just a regular old yellow corn, you definitely want to try these out. You can go to stillintheclear.com/shop, click on the category heirloom corns and see everything we have to offer. You can get it in 10-pound batches. You can also get them straight from the Homebrew Center shop if you're local to the Fort Smith area. And we also offer bulk purchases in store at Homebrew Center where you can get a great deal on a 50-pound bag. That is pickup only. But if you want to try some of these great corns shipped straight to your door at a great price, check them out. Stillintheclear.com.
The perfect shine, some say, is all about the water, or about the best corn or their secret mash bill. For others, it's about a great still and a lot of copper in the process. The best distillers and moonshiners know that the pursuit of the perfect shine is more about the sum total of each great part, not any one thing. The North Georgia Still Company is a great place to pursue your perfect. You won't find a better still. The materials, craftsmanship, and attention to detail in every still they make, regardless of size, is the finest that money can buy. Need awesome grains, enzymes, yeast, or other accessories for making mash or distilling it? They've got that too. The North Georgia Still Company is all about turning water into shine. So go ahead, get your shine on.
Just completely blew my ass up. I didn't have any eyebrows.
Yeah.
I didn't have. I mean, I'm 11 or 12, so no arm hair. I mean, like any hair at that point.
Sounded like a light explosion.
And immediately I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
It was one of those, like, you know, those explosions where they go,
Yeah.
like oh man, dude, it like knocked me back a little bit. I came to like no hair anywhere. Oh shit, what's going on, guys? Happy Thursday. We are back.
We are running the North Georgia again. We're 2 jars in, almost 3 jars in.
About to be 3.
Started at 150. Just a corn liquor, corn sugar mash that kind of like a sour mash, except we didn't add back any of the back set. It's just
Listen, here's what we like to call
ferment.
Old Faithful.
Yeah.
Got a 55-gallon barrel back there, just full of it. And if we, like this week, we've been super busy. Not really, hasn't been really a great time to mash anything in. So, yeah.
I bet we have, since Monday, we've sent out 100 kits at least. 100 orders.
Since Monday?
Yeah. Thursday. Easy.
Yeah, over 100.
Yeah. It's been so busy here. Got that big grain order in that we had to sort out. Anyway, yeah, so.
But how are y'all doing? Glad to be back here with you. As we say just about every Thursday, we look forward to it. Glad to see a lot of the same familiar faces in here. Got a couple new ones. If you're new here, welcome in. We run the still. We yak. We tell the occasional. Well, I tell a pretty good funny story every once in a while.
That's a good story.
And but yeah, that's what we're about here. We're drinking a little beer. I think that for today's live, we're gonna take the beer that we made last week and get it off in. Was that last week?
That was last week.
We're gonna take the beer we made last week and get it off into a carboy. See what it's looking like for the first time. We haven't really been peeking in there and looking at it, but it's been working off pretty good, and I think it's not going to be in the carboy for too awful long before it's ready to bottle.
It's going to be. Took a couple of days to get rolling, but then when it did, it was rolling good.
Yeah. And for what would we say? 1038 or 1033 starting gravity on that? Kind of splitting hairs at that point, but
yeah, I think it was 1033.
Somewhere in there. Should end up about 4.5% or so. Must have some powerful stuff. Everything is blurry. Oh no. Oh, you're talking about what's in your cup, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know that it's an actual.
Our chat dropped. There it is.
Who we got in here? We got Garbage Stone Daddy, aka GTD, I think they're calling him in the chat now. Kevin Agner, welcome back, brother. Oh, Clinton with the 10 gifted. Joe said it was cool watching me work. I appreciate that. Man, look at all those gifted memberships, courtesy of Clinton House. She doesn't miss a week. Doesn't miss a week.
Thank you, brother. That is awesome.
That's awesome, man.
An old man's life was gifted. Kind of like that.
Get these gray to green. Yeah. Well, announcements. What are we thinking?
So we are going to announce the winner of the 2 VIP tickets to the Shine On Festival. So that's this October 4th, first Saturday of October. Going to be a blast.
Going to be a good one.
And
VIP tickets get you access into the VIP tent. There's going to be catered food. There's going to be an open bar. There's going to be all you can drink also outside of the open bar. So Shine On Sugarland's Distillery and us, and beer on us. And also you're going to look cool. Imagine just walking around out there, kind of
have a big lanyard. Says,
yeah, dude, what's up?
So important.
I am very important. That's literally what VIP stands for.
Right.
And yeah, that's going to be cool. So we'll be doing that. Oh, also, we want to talk about the grain, the year supply grain giveaway.
Absolutely.
Year supply grain giveaway. All you got to do to be eligible is go to stillandclear.com, make a purchase of over $50. Every $50 purchase that you order and place between now and the end of March is going to get you entered into that drawing. You're going to win either 12 grain kits or the comparable amount of heirloom corn or malted barley, whatever you need, whatever you want. You want to do a different kit every month or different corns every month. Totally up to you. You get to go to the website and pick out exactly what you want for a year. So
Yeah, we're going to ship you a kit or a box of grains every month for a year. Pretty sweet deal. Look like
Jar Check is right.
$400 or $500 giveaway.
Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice. But yeah, we're stoked about that one. Packed some orders on live today. I saw a few of the folks in there I was packing orders for.
Edgar,
Some of them already got some entries.
I get that right?
Kevin?
Kevin.
Yeah, there was Kevin. There was Donnie. There was the wonderful Miss Joe. So yeah, already got some entries in there.
This jar is 146.
What's the stuff you mix in with the corn to keep it liquid-like and not so jellified? Well, I think you're talking about high-temp alpha amylase, which takes your jellified corn and turns it into like soupy mixture. It converts the starches for you. And we normally follow that up with some glucose. After we let the temp fall, that converts long-chain sugars to short-chain sugars. I think that's what you're talking about.
Duke, I wish we could ship to the UK. We did Canada for a little bit, but shipping got astronomical. It was
Crazy.
3 times to ship what the kit cost.
It was crazy. It was like an $80 shipping label.
Had to stop doing it.
Crazy. Yeah, Flatland, we like it a lot. We think it's going to be cool. It'll be a lot of fun. Also, just a good way to reward you guys who are ordering from us every month. And, you know.
Yeah, we want to give one of our awesome customers just a bunch of corn.
Most of you guys are already doing what enters you in to win this one. So we kind of thought, we don't want to ask anyone to do anything and you know, also it's kind of a low number draw, right? So I mean, you got a pretty good chance of winning. It's not like you're competing against thousands of people, right? At least not right now. So we feel like everyone's got a pretty good shot to win, and it should be some fun. We're going to draw that live on Thursday during the live, April 3rd, I believe it is. We're going to spin a wheel with all the order numbers so that we're not putting everyone's name on the screen. Some people don't like that kind of thing. We're going to go back, take an intermission, dig up the order number that ended up winning, and announce the winner live. So we're looking forward to it. Duke says he's going to sue.
He's gone to sue. Who's Sue? What's Sue going to do about it?
What's she got to do with this? We stopped dating years ago.
Are we doing a giveaway for a correct guess tonight? We are not, Jason.
Oh, man.
What are we sipping on tonight, fellas? We are sipping on some Bush.
Bush.
Joe Goodman joined us. Good to see you, brother. 34 people in the live. Thank you very much for being here. Boy named Sue. How do you do?
Now you gonna die. Breach of contract. You guys call that breach of chattels over there in UK land, huh?
That giveaway would be an awesome birthday surprise if I won. Yeah, I mean, I guess if Terry won, we could not tell him, surprise him, just start sending it.
Just not tell him, don't send it either.
Just choose.
Terry wins.
Just choose what he gets. Every month, nobody told him he won, and every
Like
month
a
he's like,
surprise every
"Why can't
month.
I didn't order this. Well,
They would get more bang for their buck if they let us pick for them.
Yeah.
Sober shirt tonight, Zach. Thank you. Thank you, Duke. Is it really Cherry's birthday, or is she just saying that?
I don't know.
Is this like when you show up to Chili's and you're like, it's my birthday? And then they bring out the, cheesecake or whatever it is. And
People come around clapping.
Cake.
yeah.
That was pretty damn good.
When my wife and I not first started dating, but when we were comfortably into dating, I used to try to coax her into letting me like fake propose so that they would give us like free wine or free,
I love that idea.
whatever.
That's a great idea.
My stepdad, he proposed to my mom in a restaurant in California, and they like gave him champagne, and they, some couple like bought their meal. But I thought, I don't know. Looking back on, I'm glad she didn't let me do it because it is kind of feel like I'd be a little remorseful about it now.
Kind of bad thing to do.
Yeah,
Bad faith.
yeah. Anyway, corn order placed.
Awesome.
Thank you, brother.
What kind of corn did you get, Clinton?
Yeah. Jimmy Red's been I would think the highest mover so far.
What? Jimmy, Bloody Butcher. By a bunch.
By a bunch, he says. There's a
It's the
disparity.
Jimmy or the Bloody Butcher.
He's. I mean, last
I
week.
think it is.
Last
Yeah,
week
you're
he was
right.
just
You're right.
When Cyrus
All
said
right.
something, I should.
He did say that.
Yeah.
He said it.
You're not wrong. Yeah, it's bloody.
Clinton just got some Jimmy Red and Bloody Butcher. Awesome. Get that going out tomorrow.
Making some of those red mashes. Man, those mashes do turn out looking pretty.
Yeah. And we're caught up on the shipping, which is good. Like orders were coming in as you were packing them up and getting them out the door. Like,
If you've ordered anything online, it's out.
the only
They're
thing
going out
that
same day sometimes. So
the only thing that came in today that didn't go out today didn't come in until like 2:30.
after the postman was already gone. I can't do anything about that. Backset makes it sour.
Yeah, backset is the sour part of a sour mash. That's why this is only sort of a sour mash, but it is. I did reuse the grain.
God doesn't like it.
Yep.
Joe did order all of them. She ordered. I'm not going to put Joe's business out there.
Each of the heirloom corns. Yep.
Yeah, each followed up today on some nice ones. Man, they look pretty too, don't they, Joe? Got some Jimmy Red on the way. Yeah, you do, Paul. I noticed that, brother. I'm going to have to sparse out my orders, but next month I'll get the other 3. Got to collect them all. Yeah, I'm ready to start playing around with them.
Corn.
I think I'm as excited to mash with them as I am to see what does the cornbread end up looking like, because I'm definitely making some cornbread with some of this stuff.
You're right.
And also the white corns and the blue, for me, really, really, really smell like peanut butter.
Right.
They smell like hardcore peanut butter. What's that going to be like when you mash it,
I don't know. We'll find out.
We'll find out. Jason said, can't find purple corn, but I did find a place with purple popcorn kernels. Might grab that. Got to make some purple and gold shine. Blow tigers. Wow. I got read all the way through that thing before I noticed it was an LSU promo, basically.
Suckered into reading that, didn't you?
Blue Pig, Jason. The Battle of the Boot. What's going to happen this year? I know what you think will happen.
Jimmy Red plus blue equals purple. There you go. There's the answer, Jason.
Would it really turn out purple?
Red plus blue is purple.
That's true. LS who? Look at Joe in the chat. Oh, man.
Roll Tide.
Blue corn makes a purple mash.
Do we have an Okie in the chat?
What?
Do we have an Okie in our normal
I
chat?
don't know. There any Sooner folks?
Seems like we had
see.
like Okie Moonshine or
Oakland.
He's in here sometimes if he's not working.
Yeah.
Backwoods.
He's
He's
working
in
right now.
Oklahoma.
I was about to say Boomer Sooner, and then I was like, wait, is there anyone that would give a crap about that?
To answer your question, no.
Buddy, guy.
I would have 15 years ago.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah.
But I had to give all that up.
Right.
32 people here. Hit the like button, right, Mike? Let's hit the like button.
Do the likes do very much on YouTube?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Don't know.
Can't hurt.
Not going to hurt you. That's right.
Definitely not going to hurt you.
Wouldn't be a negative. Yeah, that's true. Battle for the boot prediction. LSU dominates.
I can go with that.
Dominate some chili cheese dogs after the game or something, but that game's always crazy too, because like there have been years where LSU was like so much better than Arkansas. Arkansas will upset them. Vice versa. Arkansas is having an awesome 10-win season. LSU
Rivalry games.
That's crazy.
Are weird.
Rivalry week in NCAA football there's nothing better than it.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I agree. It's fun.
The fights, the upsets,
The brawling.
The trash talk. And also it's like
price for parking.
Oh wait, what are we it's like it's like
the riots.
It's like the one game. It's like the 1 week of the year where they're playing as hard as they can too, because they hate each other. Nothing will make you play harder on a football field than hating the other team.
Okay, so we are. Let's draw for the tickets.
Okay,
you want to do that? That was a 3-day contest where we took every time you placed an order for I think it was a Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Mm-hmm. We entered your name, and so there were only like 14 orders that fit the criteria.
Yeah.
So your odds are good. There's only 14 names in there.
1 in 14.
2 VIP tickets, which are $150 a piece.
They're $150 a piece.
Yeah.
1 in 14 shot at $300. Okay, I say how many? There's 14 in here, right?
There are 14.
Are any of these 14 people that are in here? Well, I'm not going to read everyone's name out in front of. I was about to say
some of the names.
It'd be cool because I've seen it like Ducks Unlimited. They'll take
one I know of for sure.
They'll take like
maybe 2.
They'll take one out and read it off, and if you're the last person standing, you get it, so you can kind of know like, did it get narrowed down? But I don't want to read everyone's name out in front of them. Some people aren't. Some people don't like that. So, all right.
Ooh, Jason, man, you're brave, bro. Joe Parks hollering at Joe Parks low tide.
At the game where you wear helmets and padding and are only on the pitch for about 10 minutes. First off, not the pitch.
We don't have.
Yeah, dude.
What is that? Yancey Applegate, which has been in here before.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen them tonight. So Yancey Applegate has won the tickets. You don't have to be here to win, so...
Let's see who I would have picked. This is a fun game.
That's not fair, because then, if someo's in the chat and you picked him, you'd be like, what, are you picking through them to see who you picked? That seems an odd way to do it.
All right, I would have picked... All right, they're not in here. Well, that's fun.
Thanks for answering my question about the gelatinized corn. I just picked up some stuff from your store. Awesome, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
That is awesome. So you, if you spent $50, you're entered into the next giveaway, which is a year's worth of grain. Why would I use Epsom salts in a sugar mash? Can you explain why? I'm new to the hobby and have my second sugar wash fermenting. I've heard of people using Epsom as a nutrient. But other than that, I don't know. I've never used Epsom.
Really?
I've never needed it.
Isn't it magnesium?
Magnesium, yeah.
What would you need magnesium for?
That's a yeast nutrient.
It is.
Like if you get like the turbo yeasts.
Yeah.
Magnesium is in
Yeah.
turbo yeasts.
Okay.
I don't know what to think
That's
about those
interesting.
turbo yeasts. It's just such a large amount of volume to add to your ferment.
I used turbo on this one.
Would
First
it
time.
come off in there?
Yeah. Remember how long it was taking to ferment? And I thought, shoot, let's just toss some turbo in there, see if we can help it.
I don't
And
know
it
if we
did
ever
nothing. It still just took forever.
Oh, and also, like, one of those satchels is good for 6 gallons.
Yeah. I've seen it posted several times, but haven't figured out why. Thank you kindly. Yeah, Mike, I wish I had a better answer for you other than I think it's just a nutrient for the yeast. If anyone else is in here has a better answer, jump in there and
I would
share it.
say maybe just stay away from it. I mean, I know very few people that. I mean, I don't know anyone that's just like, yeah, I put Epsom salt in all my mash.
I mean, so if you're doing a sugar wash, especially if you're doing a high gravity sugar wash, you've got to use nutrient. You'll never get through the fermentation process without it because there's zero nutrient. Like if you're doing a sugar mash where you're adding grain, the grains add some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's just straight sugar, water, yeast, there's zero nutrient.
What is yeast nutrient?
You would ask there's a
Diammonium phosphate.
diammonium phosphate is
DAP.
one of them. Yeah, DAP.
Sick, dude. I like that.
Calcium.
Adam hitting us with some knowledge
I
there.
know.
I like that.
He saw it coming out of my mouth and knew what I was going to say.
I have never really thought about it too hard. I just know that I've pitched it in some stuff that I wanted to work a little bit harder.
Mm.
I pitch it like depending on the wine and how much sugar I've got in it too. I'll pitch some in there off the rip.
Yeah.
With the pectic enzyme and all the other crap.
Chris, is the $50 raffle $50 in one purchase or could it be separate orders? So the minimum order has to be $50. You can do that as many times as you want, and each time is an entry.
Each time is an entry. Now, Chris, if you placed a $48 order earlier, just email us or something on the side.
I mean, we're probably going to be kind of lenient,
Yeah.
but the rule is 50.
Yeah. It should be 50 or over.
I've used Epsom salt and complex B vitamins for rum wash. Yeah, and so that would have been for nutrient also. I'm assuming.
Has a pH of 6.0, Paul says. Wow. I couldn't see how it would ever. Well, I don't know. I mean, like, how much of that Epsom salt are they? Well, he said there, 5 gallon, 1084, eighth teaspoon. Oh wow! So like very little.
Very little Epsom salt.
Interesting.
So what's everybody running this week? If you are running anything, we've got one person. We always have one person on Facebook, and it's just
I think it's probably my mother.
your mom or it's Adam.
Yeah.
Could be Adam.
Yeah, because sometimes Duke will hop in there and it'll say 2. So,
Oh.
you know, or your mom.
Okay. 922 crappie barbecue. I don't know what you mean by that, brother. Oh, laughing your butt off. Okay. Crappie
Okay.
barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah, I love crappie and I love barbecue. You didn't know it? What?
Iron Duke with one word asks a full question. Malt? He's asking me about that malt whiskey.
I also saw him ask if we take euros, which we do not.
Is that's not a euro sign, is it?
Sure.
Oh,
Isn't it?
they exited the euro thing.
It's a
didn't they?
pound, isn't it?
A pound.
Sorry.
Euro
I
is
mean,
an E.
I don't keep up with that Monopoly money crap over
Yeah.
there.
Is it that important? It's not the dollar.
Yeah, it's not a dollar.
Blue-faced hunnits, my man.
Yeah. Pound
Pound
sterling.
sterling.
6 pence, none the richer.
Oh God, shillings and
Yeah.
So we got a 100% rye mash going up there with Clinton. What else we got? 10-gallon beginner kit, Saturday or Sunday.
Oh, a little brandy.
95 corn, 5% oat.
I like that. I like that oat, even though it's minuscule to your overall mash bill. I like that you got a little oat in there.
Yeah. 30 pounds of blue corn, no figs. I'm out.
Oh, I get it, Crappie. Sometimes they go right over my head, brother. Yeah, Richard came by, told us he'd been running a little bit, nothing going for now. Baby Chick's taking over for a little bit. I like that.
Yeah.
Bring them eggs on, brother.
About to be a rich man, start selling eggs.
Yeah, apparently there's a shortage.
Avian
Terrible.
flu type stuff.
Like that. That said, I don't think it takes chickens very long to like get up and start laying. So I'm sure that our agricultural industry will take care of that.
4 months,
4 months, really. Jeez.
I think. If Winsong's in the chat.
What's 4 months from now? April, May, June, July. Damn, dude, no deviled eggs at 4th of July? Ugh. That'd be the worst.
I saw a meme where someone had painted a bunch of potatoes, and they're painting potatoes for Easter this year because eggs are too expensive.
That's hilarious. 50-50 corn rate. Oh, man, they're going fast.
How do I find the store? Bradley, we are in Fort Smith, Arkansas. Oh,
I love quail eggs.
Adam's always on it. He's already dropped it in the chat there. That's the address of the brew shop.
Still got sour rye and sour corn stuck ferment. It'll unstick. What do you think your issue is, GTD? I feel like one of the cool ones in the chat. Is it a pH thing? Is it a temperature thing?
Yep.
I think he said he was an Ohio guy.
It's a sour mash. It could be pH if you're not careful with the sour mash.
You're still thawing out up north. Oh yeah, that's true.
That's whatever you dropped the 7709.
He asked about.
Oh, online. So for this, still in the clear is where most of our stuff is online. The Homebrew Center is a very weak website at the moment.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
2 million hens depopulated. Oof. Chat got stuck. No, it's not. Depends. I like that. Good call out. Good article in the MASH about a stuck ferment.
Yeah, there is a good one. The MASH just went out yesterday, and so if you're in the chat, you're not a subscriber to the MASH. That is our monthly newsletter.
We're talking to you, Daniel Stevens. What's up, brother?
New articles, new recipes every month. Lots of good stuff in there. It doesn't cost anything. It's free. Just sign up. We have over 10,000 subscribers right now, 10,600 and some odd subscribers. We're into like since the Duke started doing the editing, we're into issue number 57. So I've been doing it for a while. Turns out pretty good every month.
I thought it was like 64 or something.
So I did the first 8 issues by myself.
Oh,
they were awful. And Duke got a hold of me and said, "Hey, look, what are you doing? What? Let me help you with this."
You don't spell so good. No. It's a tough read. It's a tough read, buddy. No.
So Duke kind of took over the most of the work on that newsletter, and he does a great job.
Well, Kevin down there says the MeWe page is also a good place to have questions answered. Yeah, the MeWe group's pretty badass. We're pretty proud of that.
And what else? So for those of you that don't know, that are YouTube channel members, you've got the little badge next to your name, the little black and silver still in the clear badge. We go live every morning drinking coffee at 8:30 every morning with members only.
Mm-hmm.
And so for those of you that are members and didn't know we're going live or aren't getting notifications, it's every morning, 8:30 a.m. We go live for 30-ish minutes. And it's just kind of a behind the scenes. We talk about what we're getting done that day, kind of things that are coming up. It's kind of stuff that most everybody else doesn't know about yet. You kind of get some firsthand knowledge about what's happening behind the scenes with Still in the Clear and the Homebrew Center.
It's $1.99, pretty exclusive club.
Yeah, $1.99 a month. There's actually 2 tiers, but the $1.99 one is like, I'm going to readjust that at some point. I'm not real happy with it, but yeah, for $1.99 a month. Daniel Stevens, what is up, Bennett?
My brother.
Bill and GTD dropping the custom MFB emoji.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Don't grab one for me while you're up.
Sorry about that. I should have checked in on that. Got him and I won.
Jesus.
Sorry.
No big deal.
Sorry.
I'm usually a no anyway, so it's not.
I just kind of deduced. Daniel, I'll have to wait till I get my allowance.
Yeah. Well,
Tell Peaches to open up that damn checkbook.
that purse up.
Loosen the strings.
And we have also talked about some of the other perks for the membership, doing like special recipe kind of access.
Well, I'd like to do, and I don't know, we'll talk about it, but I'd like to do like a members only mash bill where like they vote on, like they submit their own mash bills, and whichever one gets the most likes or the most people want to like see that one,
That'd be cool too.
We'll mash it in and then we'll run it on one of the lives.
Yeah, that'd
Just
be a lot of fun.
Stuff like that where you guys kind of get to pick what we're doing a little bit. And
So are you guys father and son?
Yes.
Yes. This is my dad.
Thank you, Bubba.
No, we are not father and son.
I think that's the first time we've gotten that. Oddly enough,
It is, yeah. Old lady allows me $20 a week, wants to know on Friday where it all went. That's funny.
Bush. Oh yeah, man. Where'd my glass go? I left it over there. All right. Well,
Bennett is financially responsible, he says. Well, self-awareness is worth something.
I was gonna say brothers. Yeah, well, the lady never tells her age,
Brother from another mother.
but I feel like maybe just from interactions I have with people that they think that I'm older than I am, which I don't mind.
Yeah.
Fine. But I could see 20 years from now it being a real problem. They're gonna be like, "You are 50? You look 80."
I don't think you'll age like that.
I don't think so.
People
either.
have always thought I was older than I am. Because I've been gray for a long time. Like I started getting gray. hair
Oh,
in high
brother!
school.
If I start getting some great, which they're coming in, they're in here. I find them every once in a while.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. I don't even really resist them. It's gonna happen. But when I start going like real gray, it's gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like. I feel like I'll age drastically
Yeah,
over the period of like 2 years.
it does.
J-Man asks, how do I get started as a home brewer? What alcohol should I start with? So
Make wine.
The easiest to make, I think, is mead. It's a good one to start with. Mead is super easy. So is wine. Like there's really very easy ways to do wine. I think beer is probably the toughest, or can be the toughest. And I think distilling is the easiest. Once you've learned mead or wine, distilling is the next step. It's so easy.
Beer is going to be the most difficult from a couple different standpoints, like sanitation. It is important when you're making wine and mead, right? That you sanitize your equipment and you're mindful of trying to be leery of infection and that kind of thing. But beer, you're playing with such a smaller starting gravity and a lower alcohol percentage. It's more important. And then also, like, you're cooking stuff. I mean, you're messing with hops, and you're messing with small amounts of hops that have a drastic effect on your overall flavor. And so, and then you've got to, bottle and make sure you carbonate. You're not shutting your yeast off, but you don't want like too much yeast or your ferment, still working so hard that you blow your bottles. And so just, you've got to be able to kind of work your hydrometer, or you're not going to consistently make good beer. And it's just, it's the toughest of the four for sure.
Yeah. Eric Fields says he has the same setup. I'm assuming he's talking about the North Georgia in the background.
Fat 10 all the way pimped out.
Wished he'd have got the 20, he says.
Yeah, this one's the heaviest gauge copper, all the bells and whistles and ports, and it's a slick little rig.
Yeah, the upgrade on the copper weight.
Yep, 32 ounce, I believe. Neat. You can do a bottling line as well. That comes out pretty decent, like flat beer, but without hops, so kind of Swedish as well.
Yeah. Bennett says, my measure with your heart attitude only works for distillation. Yeah, that's pretty true. Like with distillation, you don't have to really measure things very much.
Yeah. Well, and also, Bennett, I'm not going to air your business out there, but you're normally dealing in like pretty big quantities. So like if you get off half pound on this, or, if you add in a quarter pound too much yeast, like
it's still the same recipe.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you and Bean over there with a regular big old operation.
Make a good corn liquor. Jar check.
Jason's our jar guy.
I like that. One of us has got to be.
He's our jar guy.
The Duke says, come to Europe to learn how to make beer.
All right. All right.
Honestly, Duke, I'd love to. I want to do that.
Yeah, you can't beat a double milk stout thick porter in the hot middle of summer. You know how humid it is over here, brother? You know the environment that we're living in?
Actually, that's a good point.
Oh my God!
Like, there's a reason why
it's cloudy and rainy and cool most of the time over there. It makes sense.
There's a reason why those light beers are popular here, and certainly in the summertime.
Gotta stay hydrated, brother.
I mean, they don't.
Adam is European.
I mean, I'm no meteorologist, but
he's European.
Well, we're all kind of descended from that.
Probably all of us.
Thank you. I'll take. That's a good compliment. I appreciate it.
No, all kidding aside, I do enjoy those kind of beers. It's just, that's the thing here. I feel like most of the time it's so hot, so humid.
Yeah.
And then like when you drink those throughout the year, like there's nothing better garage beer wise than just a nice light beer. Yeah. Fiddling around with the truck, cleaning the garage, mowing the lawn. Light beer.
It's a light beer, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, or it's the beer that we made the other week. I could drink that literally any time.
I'm so ready for it to be done again.
Me too.
I think we're going to do another 5-gallon batch like next week.
Good.
Just keep it cycling.
Please.
Just keep
Please.
it. Just always kind of have some going.
For all of our sakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jar number 4. Oh, I guess I'll let you guys throw out some guesses, I guess, if you want. Jar number 4. Jar 1 was 150. Jar 2 was 147. Jar 3 was 146. Light beer with no body and no head.
We should. Well, I'll circle back to that. We'll talk about that. On break.
I would like to see a stout made in here.
I'm an ultra guy.
A stout.
An oatmeal stout or something.
Daniel, that's right, Bubba. We go watch him carbs, okay? kind of counteracts itself. If I go out and I have 15 Michelob Ultras in a single night, it's like, oh, why don't you just have like 6 orders?
Yep.
With twice the amount. I mean, because they do have like twice the amount of alcohol in them, like 7-8%.
That's the thing with like a porter. Some of the stouts, you're drinking a meal.
Yeah, yeah. It's like so filling too.
It
like
is.
you couldn't just sit back and hammer 10 of those.
I've tried.
Yeah,
You can't.
you're not gonna be okay. Your head's gonna hurt.
You're not gonna be
Your head's
okay.
gonna hurt.
Your belly's gonna
Your
hurt.
head's gonna hurt. Your belly's gonna hurt. You're gonna yak.
All right, looks like everybody's done throwing out their guesses. 145.
I see Rick's Honeybees at 544.
145.
145.
All bragging rights go to Rick.
Nah, I'm not a big. I mean, I like the craft beers. I can get on a Hefeweizen. I like the Pilsners. Don't get me wrong. The mood strikes me right. I'll hit a stout.
No.
I'll hit a porter. I'll hit a red ale. I like those funky craft beers, but if I'm in the mood to drink some beers, guess what I'm not going to drink? 9 mixed bag craft beers. I'm going to feel terrible.
That's where we're different.
I'm going to be hammered because of the alcohol, the ABV in them, and then 2, my head's going to hurt.
I didn't hear you say.
I prefer the free beer too.
I love free beer.
Free beer is the best beer.
Pork chop in every can.
I didn't hear you say IPA.
I don't mind IPAs.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of IPA.
I don't like. I've had really good IPAs that I would seek out and have again and keep in my fridge.
Sure.
But I've had some where I'm like, oh man, this
tastes and smells like pine salt.
This is a job. Yeah, this is gonna be tough. I'm not gonna pour a beer out. And I'm going to see it through, but I don't like this. I'm not going to get another one.
Right.
That's really probably the only... That and Sam Adams. I've said this before. I don't know what it is about Sam Adams. Some people really like a good Sam Adams. I don't really like anything that they make with the exclusion of maybe their Oktoberfest.
That's the one I'll drink usually is an Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
The Duke says nothing like 8 pints of Guinness. And
they can drink too. I'll give them that.
I would agree or disagree, except I think he's just going to say I've never had a real Guinness.
I'll give the Europeans from your
I don't
neck
think
of the
we have the
woods.
same Guinness over here.
Probably not.
It's not. It's different. That's what Hal swore.
Yeah, that's where I get
Ireland.
that from. Hal saying Guinness is not the same.
He swore up and down.
I think I've heard other people say something like that too. It's just different.
Well, I mean, if you're shipping them from, they've got to
Actually,
change.
that's a good point.
Yeah. And I think that they probably, maybe the brewing process is a little bit different because they know that they're going to have this head time to get it over here and maybe I don't know. I think there's probably some truth to that.
I'm doing some Googling.
Yeah, I'm not typically a big fan of craft beers. The Fort Smith Brewing Company has a couple of them down there that I think are, I think are good.
Yeah.
And I don't know what kind they are. The name of them is the one that was named after the
George
guy that
McGill?
ran the base.
Wait, what?
Guy that ran the base for a while.
You talking about that win?
No.
Talking about George McGill?
No. I don't remember.
Talking about the Cali?
I don't even remember the name of it. I just go in there and Quentin gives it to me. The Dat Win is not that bad either.
I like the Dat Win. I like the Dat Win and I like the Dat Pilsner.
George McGill is my go-to there.
George McGill's a good one. I think it's a red ale, maybe.
4 shots of Shine and a Ghost energy drink. Never tried that.
4 shots of Shine and a Ghost energy drink. Brother, that sounds like maybe a felony charge. Like maybe you're going to wake up and be like, oh, I'm in county.
And where are my flip-flops?
Where are my slides at, damn it? It's my turn in the shower. Not found a Great Lakes beer I like. So sad. There is, and again, I don't know if this is close to anybody that's in here. There is a brewery in Grayling, Michigan that is so good.
You got to smell.
They make a donut beer from the donuts down the road from a bakery.
Duke, I was about to recommend you try it. You were talking about American beer. For some reason, I thought Samuel Smith's Oatmeal Stout was an American beer. It's not. It's a British beer. I think it's a British beer. So I looked it up to confirm that. I like that one. I was wondering what you thought about Sam Smith's oatmeal.
Now, when you say Yellow Jackets, is he talking about Yellow Belly's Coors Banquets?
Maybe.
If so, I don't like that you're calling them Yellow Jackets, Kevin. They are a Yellow Belly from around our parts, but I don't know that that's even what you're talking about.
It could be different.
Did you answer Chris 7812's question?
Maybe you read it already, but what's your opinions on the mason jar thumpers, and would you use a bypass or not? The mason jar thumpers, I think they're a bit undersized, and I would definitely, because of that, use a bypass because that helps solve some of the undersized problem. So, yeah, if there was a bypass on this thumper, I would use it. My thought on them are they're fine if you can get them right. I think they're kind of like the Beaver of the thumper world. Like it takes some tweaking and tuning to get them right. And when you get them right, there's nothing wrong with it. I know there are several people here in the chat that use them, so maybe they can jump in with their thoughts on them.
I think Joe just put some together.
Yep. He was talking about that this morning.
He's a soldering
half-gallon thumper.
He's a soldering son of a gun. Yeah. Kevin got back to me. Yeah, so he is talking about Yellow Bellies. And listen, Kevin, I'm not going to tell you. You call them whatever you want to call them. I think, though, if you start circulating the Yellow Belly talk amongst your buddies, it would catch on. And I think you'd be cooler for it.
The closed system in a glass jar. What could go wrong?
It does seem.
I do see some every now and then. I scroll across TikTok, and the guy's like showing off his still, and then he's got these mason jar thumpers that are like 3/4 of the way full of like oatmeal, and they're just like like this. And I'm like, geez, that looks scary.
It really seems like something
you should wear
bad.
goggles.
Yeah,
you know,
something bad could happen there.
Yeah, yeah.
Jim Peterson says, I have a Weber and it works great. Yes, sir. That is awesome. 13-gallon with a thumper. Hell yeah.
Collector Rick Honeybees with the 5 gifteds. Who's going to get them? Who's going to get them?
The Bearded Brewer got one.
Garbage thrown. Nope. That was
Scott McNeil got one. We'll have to get him, let him know he got one.
Charles Higgins. I'll go on record as saying I like that name.
It's a good
that's
name.
my boy Higgins over there.
It's Chuck.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's old Chuck Higgins. Got a muffler shop over off 71. Hell of a guy.
He'll take care of you.
He'll take care of you.
Ooh. I wonder if that's Boo from Mile High or if that's some other. I'm sure there are many Boos.
There could be. Boo, if you are the Boo from Mile High, and I'm talking about really the Boo, don't just see your opening and go with it here, but
Boo is probably not even in here.
I think they have to be in here though.
We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
They don't have to be in here.
Crazy.
YouTube picks them randomly from your entire list of subscribers. Do they make stainless steel mason jars? I bet they do. I've never looked for one, but I'll bet they do.
Yeah.
That would be neat. We were talking about, I had this awesome idea for someone to make like formed copper mason jar lids that you could just screw them into, and they were just preformed one piece. Yeah, apparently they were already a thing.
Seems like Maker Flow has this locked down. Maker Flow. That one looks probably the best.
25 count case for how much?
$120.
Dude.
I mean, it is stainless steel we're talking
What a bang
about.
for your buck there.
But
I just hate that you can't see in them. I mean, I know that that's the
Yeah.
whole kind of.
yeah, wonder if any of them have a sight glass or something.
That one was cool. Scroll up just a hair there, right?
Joe
Go up one
says
more.
he has the
Oh, never mind. I thought it was
Beaver
something else.
football still. Yeah, we call that the Lombardi. Yeah, if I was going to get a Beaver, that's the one I would get. And that's just from like not my own experience. That's from lots and lots of people in the Moonshine for Beginners group. You know, a lot of people are starting out with the Beavers, and it just seems through conversations that the people that get the Lombardi style
Or the
are usually happier with their still.
Yeah.
And don't do as many modifications, even though modifications are easier with that still.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Currently use a 5-gallon Alembic. Still looking to upgrade in the next year or so. Yeah, I really like the Alembics. We run them here quite a bit. You'll see them in the live streams quite often, Jacob and Nashana, whichever one of you is watching, or both. Richard says, mine seems to work fine. Modifications are on the way, though. Yeah, Richard has the Lombardi. Yeah.
Who's got the Frankenweaver in here?
There are a couple. Well,
Flatland? Or Backwoods?
Backwoods, he runs a different, he got a new steel, but
And,
yeah, his Beaver, you can't even tell it's a Beaver. It's
Garbage
modified
thrown.
so much.
Dude, you guys are gifting the chaos out of some memberships tonight. I like that.
GTD throwing out some memberships also. Thank you.
All hail the GTD.
I have the Beaver 5-gallon still. It's literally, if you put a lid on a 5-gallon bucket, that's my still. Do you think it has an effect on my ABV? I have the 5-gallon.
Wait, what? I have the Beaver. I've got to reread that. I have the Beaver 5-gallon still. It's literally, if you put a lid on a 5-gallon bucket, that's my still. Do you think it has an effect on your?
Okay, so if you're talking about the distillate, the proof of your distillate or the ABV of your distillate, so if you're talking ABV, it's like coming out of that still at around 60 probably, ABV, or 120. So it does, the style of your still does affect your final proof of your distillate or ABV of your distillate. So for example, this still will run a little bit higher than, say, my Alembic still, because this one has a thumper and the Alembic doesn't have a thumper. My column stills will run higher than this one.
Or so much reflux.
Yeah, so the style of still that you have definitely affects your final ABV or proof.
Did you see that? Jason said, mine ain't even a Beaver. It's a Beaver clone from Temu. Brother, how cheap could you be? That's hilarious. I've never seen that before. That's awesome.
It's a Beaver from Wish.com.
Damn, dude. You didn't even spring them $200 or whatever it is for the real deal Beaver. You got one off Temu.
Love
He
that.
likes it. I mean, it could be awesome. I feel like no matter how it
I
is,
see him running all the time.
Realistically,
Yeah.
it's probably the same exact product.
probably there's probably no difference.
Yeah.
Robert's throwing daddy, throwing out some custom emojis. Wait, what is that? One of them's not custom. I don't know what that first one is.
Hey, some of them are. That's like a baby, maybe.
It looks like a little boy with a
That's
hair.
that's a little baby boy. Baby boy shine still corn, MFB.
I'm really impressed. Most people don't get my wife's name right. Oh, well, it didn't look that tough, but
Jacob and Nashana.
let's see. Nashana? I don't even remember what it
Nashana,
was I said.
Nashana could be. Hey, no.
Jason Acosta throwing out a shine on emoji. That's the salute emoji from GTD. Oh,
Oh, that's a hand up there. I thought it looked like a little baby to me almost.
Had a little toupee on.
Gotcha. Well, it's 6 p.m. here. That means we are at the halfway point in the show. We could go a little bit longer tonight, depending on what this run does. But I think it's a good time to maybe refill a beer, take a bathroom break, pause. Also, if you're new, the OGs in here kind of know. But when we go to intermission, we're going to play a video for you guys that showed what went into this run prior to us cutting the cameras on today. So if you missed that at the beginning of the live show, you're going to get a chance to see it during this intermission, as well as a couple words from our sponsors and some information from us. So we'll be right back.
What you got going on here, Bubba?
We are running some corn liquor in the North Georgia Fat 10. This is a corn liquor that we did that is a semi-sour mash. We used dextrose, 100 pounds of dextrose in roughly 40 gallons of water, and took forever to finish off. But we're putting it in the pot now. We're going to get it running for the live tonight.
We're gonna put in the stumper.
We're going to put some more of this corn liquor in there, I think.
Everybody's gonna get it.
Everybody gets it.
Like Oprah Winfrey, you get corn liquor and you get corn liquor.
Yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. I think it's going to be awesome. Ran this kind of recipe a whole bunch of times, so I don't expect to be disappointed by it.
Nah. It'll drink.
This is run number 3 on the North Georgia still, so kind of getting used to how this still works. And yeah.
I think we worked all the kinks out on this here little worm bucket. Take some playing around with that little ball valve.
I can't see down in there.
I can.
Let me know when just come up past that inlet.
Yeah, all right.
Half inch or so.
A half inch?
Half inch-ish, yeah.
Maybe give her another
More, a little taste.
There it finally starts coming. Really good there.
All right. Ready to turn the heat up a little bit. Start warming her up.
Let's get her fired up here.
Just wanted to let you know that Still in the Clear now offers heirloom corns. We've got the Hickory King White, we've got the Bloody Butcher, we've got the Jimmy Red, we've got a hybrid non-GMO blue corn, we've got the Trucker's favorite white corn. And if you've been wanting to try some of these corns and add a distinctively different flavor to your moonshine, other than just a regular old yellow corn, you definitely want to try these out. You can go to stillintheclear.com/shop, click on the category heirloom corns and see everything we have to offer. You can get it in 10-pound batches. You can also get them straight from the Homebrew Center shop if you're local to the Fort Smith area. And we also offer bulk purchases in store at Homebrew Center where you can get a great deal on a 50-pound bag. That is pickup only. But if you want to try some of these great corns shipped straight to your door at a great price, check them out. Stillintheclear.com.
The perfect shine, some say, is all about the water, or about the best corn or their secret mash bill. For others, it's about a great still and a lot of copper in the process. The best distillers and moonshiners know that the pursuit of the perfect shine is more about the sum total of each great part, not any one thing. The North Georgia Still Company is a great place to pursue your perfect. You won't find a better still. The materials, craftsmanship, and attention to detail in every still they make, regardless of size, is the finest that money can buy. Need awesome grains, enzymes, yeast, or other accessories for making mash or distilling it? They've got that too. The North Georgia Still Company is all about turning water into shine. So go ahead, get your shine on.
And we're back. And we're back. I think we're gonna do a guest of proof, not on this next jar, but on let's call it jar 7. We'll do a guest of proof. Actually, let's do it on jar 6. We'll throw a quart under there because we're gonna be running low on pints today. So we'll do a quart. Jar 6, we'll do a guest of proof. The winner of that guest of proof is going to get 10 pounds of heirloom corn. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, what do you think? Should we transfer some beer?
Yeah, I think it's time.
All right. How do you want to set this up? Are we okay with just setting the carboy here?
Yeah.
Okay. Win song in the chat.
Show us some bubbles.
She's bapping bubbles.
All right, so this is the beer we made last week. Basically, wheat DME. It's a very simple, very easy to make beer. We made a 3-gallon batch, and we're going to rack over into secondary. It's been fermenting for 7 days. Got a 3-gallon glass carboy down here on the floor that you can't see, but we'll lift it up once everything gets transferred. And it's actually a little more than 3 gallons so that we don't have to go all the way to the bottom. And we can fill the carboy all the way up.
We're going to try to fill her to the brim.
Winsong, we were wondering if you didn't make it to the live tonight. Glad you made it.
We thought maybe you were mad at us. Buddy, we may have to get another 1 gallon. We may have overshot this just a little here. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll have one ready. Just in case.
Duke says they never worry when I don't make it.
Yes, we do.
Sure we do, bub.
Yes, we do.
We know it's late for you.
That's true, too. Yeah, you're watching this at what? Midnight?
Pretty dedicated hombre, and it's like I don't even know. I think it's like 1 or 2 a.m.
Yeah.
6 hours.
6 hours, yeah.
All right, so I got a gallon here in case you need it.
Yeah, I think we'll end up using it.
How many folks in here also make beer? It's going on midnight there for the Duke.
Not so bad.
Burning the midnight oil, as they say.
I may have been bullshitting about that extra gallon. I don't know. It's hard for me to tell. I'll stop it and tilt the bucket a little bit.
Maybe leave a little space in here on this one still. Richard's going to try that stout recipe he sent us the link for. That was the City Stead Brewing or something video. There it goes. So I got a sugar maple outside my house, and I'm thinking of collecting it to use in place of the water. How can I best preserve that maple syrup flavor? Man, Chris, you got me on that one. I don't have any idea. Maybe there's someone in the chat that can help you with that.
What's it?
I almost filled that gallon.
All right.
Got that?
I got it.
Oh, I didn't sanitize any airlocks and stoppers if you want to get that.
I will grab some here. Well, I'll find some. Here's one.
Down there in the bottom. City Steading Brews. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I watched that video. It looked, didn't look too difficult. It won't have a strong maple sugar flavor unless you boil it down, but it will work as your water.
Oh, here we go.
Alan Bishop has used it, I believe. Bradley Wright, I'm having a problem placing an order. It says my address is invalid. So that's an issue we've been having now for a few weeks. I've tried to solve it myself. We've hired a professional to see if we can figure that out. Bradley, it's only happening to a handful of people. There are still people making orders every day. But if you, for your convenience, for the folks who can't seem to order for whatever reason, you can call the Homebrew Center during regular business hours, 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday. We'll take your order over the phone for you, Bradley. So can you drop the phone number for the Homebrew Center in there?
Yeah.
I'll give it to you over here if you don't have it.
I don't have it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I'll do that.
Barry Baldwin says, Chris, you have to boil the hell out of it and make syrup. Barry says 100%. Yeah, I wish we could, well, I know we will. Eventually we'll get that problem solved on the website, because the only time I ever know if it is doing that is if someone says it's doing it, because when I run tests, it works. When he runs tests, it works. When Winsong runs tests, it works. So I don't really have any way of knowing it, whether it is or isn't working, until someone says, hey, it's not working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know.
If Wheat Feed Shine is grain and molasses, would it be considered a rumsky? I mean, I like that. Sounds good to me. Rumsky.
I remember, did the last batch look this way?
The last batch looked darker. But then it got lighter as it fermented. So
Almost wondering if I shouldn't put this off in a half gallon and then use what little is left in this to top this one off. I don't know.
I don't think it's gonna matter.
I think it's gonna be fine.
Yeah. You're welcome, Bradley. No problem. Yeah, Richard says, Jason, you can call it whatever you like. It's yours. Yeah, that's how I feel about it too. Where are we on the jar?
Put a bow on its ass. Call it boiled turkey. I mean, it's yours.
Actually gonna.
No one caught my hee-haw reference. What do you say? I love hee-haw.
I'm gonna go ahead and swap that out for a quart now. Save that little jar.
Yeah. How he, how. And then I searched the world over and thought I found true love. You met another and you were gone. Hee Haw was the best, man. BR549. Don't even get me started on the Hee Haw train. Phone number is BR549. That's what he's talking about.
That was before my time.
Yeah, we had a DVD player. We had the Hee Haw collection, like every episode they ever did.
Yeah.
And it was like season 3, episode 7 got stuck in our DVD player, and I watched the same episode of Hee Haw maybe 40 or 50 times. And
Dad'll watch it. But I didn't ever grow up with it.
Dude, I love Hee Haw. That's just good, clean fun there.
Yeah.
You know? And some, like, kind of a little, what I would consider back in the day, 70s wise, like, a little risque. They were stepping on some lines with some stuff. Jason, you got one more. Go Tigers, and we're gonna have you removed from the chat.
2 strikes.
Yeah, it's
Duke's going to finish off with a Glenlivet tenure.
Ooh.
I'm not even gonna hate on that. I like Glenlivet. I went through a little Glenlivet spell there back in the day.
You did. You were wearing turtlenecks or Dickies.
Yeah,
and
we're being cultured little boys.
You always had Glenlivet on you.
Yeah. I love that stuff. Nothing wrong with a nice Glenlivet.
Yeah, Jason is saying, if I remember correctly, I had to put NA in the second part. So, Jason, you're talking about the field in the checkout page that has the apartment number. For a while there, you had to put something in there. It wasn't an optional field. I think I've solved that problem at least.
Yeah. Yeah, and who was that got in here and said that they were having a problem? Because we may work with them a little bit over the next couple days. And
if you scroll back, I'll see the name and if you remember it. Oh, I guess you didn't scroll back.
Maybe
for
it was
us,
Michael. I think maybe he sent you that email. I think
No, it wasn't Michael. For us, it only goes back so far, and then it just bounces.
Yeah.
Try to find that guy if you can.
Who? What am I looking for?
The guy that was having the issue with the website.
Oh, okay.
Rick says, "Sting that like button."
You're talking about the had to put NA on the second part.
No, before that.
Before that.
Above that.
Look at all the S&TC icons beside every name. Lots of channel members chatting away. Love to see it.
Lots of members. Can't help but notice Duke doesn't have a membership.
I got it for you. Bradley Wright.
Bradley Wright.
I'm having a problem placing an order. Says my address is invalid.
That was yeah. Bradley, let's get on the phone tomorrow. Call us whenever you got a little bit of time. And
maybe like to use you as a guinea pig.
Yeah, we're working with an engineer that's trying to figure that out. It's been a kind of a common issue. Not super common, like most people seem to be unaffected by it, but an issue nonetheless. So we may play around, ask you some questions about where you're from, what you tried to order specifically, and try to help our guy out that's kind of working on this issue for us.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys see that Costco is going to have King of Kentucky 2024 single barrel for $260? The secondary market on that is like $2,000.
Didn't see that. I don't really pay attention to the commercial stuff.
We're not big bottle chasers. That said, I've got appreciation for some of that stuff. There's a liquor store right down the road from us that has our kits in it, and I go over there periodically. We get beer from them and some different stuff, and they actually have you remember the cigar Buddy's cigars?
Yeah.
They did a collab with like Yellowstone. They have their labels on the back of some Yellowstone bottles, and they handpicked a couple barrels, and they have like 3 barrels of some like pretty good stuff in there that they just handpicked. We're like, yep, this is the barrel we want.
Nice.
Some pretty cool single barrel selections in there. We've got some really nice liquor stores right around here close to us. They get some cool stuff. I was hoping I'd hit Duke with a green tonight. Yeah, we'll get him eventually.
Yeah.
I'll call in the morning. Thanks, Bradley. Yeah, we appreciate that, brother. We'll take care of you for helping us kind of try to maybe troubleshoot this issue and see what we can do to get it fixed.
Jason says corn-based liquor is better than barley-based liquor.
Ooh, bold,
All right.
bold statement. Bold statement.
Just jump out there then.
I love a good corn liquor. I mean, you're not going to hear me really fight back against that. But I do think that I kind of like the stuff that has a little bit of oats, a little bit of some extra. Not 100% corn. Something in it with it, whether it's a rye, a barley, a wheat, a oat. I don't know. I could completely switch up on that once we start playing with these heirlooms.
I've found that my tastes change over time.
Yeah. I think everyone's does.
Yeah. So, mostly the stuff I like most is heavy on the corn side.
I will say, since I have laid off the Marlboros, I have noticed like an uptick in my taste buds.
Oh, nice.
Like I feel like I can taste a little. So that's neat.
We've got 39 folks in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. A lot of the same folks are in here. Appreciate it.
38, 45, probably 50-ish people across all platforms. I'm not going to just add them up specifically, but yeah. We have a lot of fun in here with you guys, and you guys commenting and kind of joining in on the show. One, it makes our job a lot easier. Because if I had to just sit here and talk for 2 hours and didn't have you guys to like bounce conversations off of,
tough.
I'd be in trouble. There's no telling what you'd get either.
Tough.
We'd be talking about like Popeyes and like stupid shit. The Duke says, "I love corn whiskey, brother. You were meant to be an American, okay? I don't know what happened. Maybe your ancestors missed their boat ride. I don't know what happened, but I think the Duke was really meant to be an American. Yeah. Wish you were. Be easier to see it, hang out with you.
8.5 pounds corn, 2 pounds 6-row, 2 pounds malted rye. Doing this soon. Yeah, that's a good
it's like a copy
rye
of,
bourbon. That's like a good rye bourbon right
It's
there.
like almost an exact copy of some kids
Yeah,
that we do.
that would be
It's very close.
Yeah, 1.5 pounds of 2-row instead of the 2 pound 6-row, and it would be the rye bourbon kit that we offer.
Yep. Trickster 68, what a good name too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fascinated still by the handles.
All kinds of, like TikTok's got some really good ones.
TikTok's got some crazy ones.
Yeah, pretty creative.
Sometimes I read one and I'm like, whoa. You can have that? That can be your name?
Yeah.
Jeez.
What do we got? Oh, I put a cord under there.
The chat stuck on us. There it is. Don't knock Popeyes. Paul, first off, I would never. I have a great respect for Popeyes chicken, and I like what they do. This pure rye vapor coming out is quite sweet smelling, not what I had expected.
Yeah, he's doing the 100% rye mash, yeah.
That's interesting. I find that the rye can be kind of a little sharp and a little bit more... I don't know. What's a good way to describe a heavy rye mash?
Are you talking about the taste or the vapor?
Just
because a lot of both vapors can be a lot different than the taste.
Yeah.
Our free thinker has arrived late, but you're here. Thank you, sir.
If off the wrong side, dude. Any input on what I should mash in next? It's going to be a long sit for whatever it is. Like you're going to run a lot of it, or you're just going to kind of take your time of it? Well, you want to get a lot of reflux?
His chicks are in the still house, so he's not going to get to run it for a while. I think might be what he's saying.
Oh, I gotcha. Run that heirloom. You got 50 pounds of that heirloom corn.
Yeah,
Put
you got that,
put some of that
trucker's
trucker
favorite.
use. Yeah.
Do a trucker's favorite with. Oh, you've got some. He's got some of that dark toasted barley. I don't remember which one it was that he got. The black, some of that dark toasted barley you got with the trucker's white, that might be pretty good.
Dude, Bennett's trying to say Bojangles is better than Popeyes. First off, that's crazy, and I just lost, like, Fat Boy just lost a lot of respect for you, brother. The Iron Duke said some of my ancestors came over on the Mayflower to teach you guys how to distill. Some even fought for the Independence Army.
Nice. Well, we appreciate the lessons.
Thank you to your ancestors. They sound like dope guys and gals. Ulysses Valdez. Name.
Ulysses is a
Ulysses.
it's a good name. Strong.
Hi, everyone.
6-row has a bit better conversion to 2-row, if I'm not mistaken.
They were asking earlier, someone had asked in the chat if there was a difference taste-wise between 6-row and 2-row. My answer to that would have been exactly that. Like, maybe there is, but I mean, I can't tell the difference.
Now, Trickster, a 6-row does typically have like 140 to 160, and a 2-row will have 120 to 140.
We're talking diacetic hours right now?
Yeah, conversion.
I like that.
But we use a 2-row that is called Distiller's Malt, and it's like a high octane. It's actually 240 DP, so quite a bit heavier than even the 6-row.
Yeah. Richard, do a corn liquor and introduce a lactobacillus infection to it. Yeah, super common. Supposed to give it a smoother, kind of a creamier.
Yeah, and just let it sit for a while. Doesn't hurt it.
Mm-hmm. Man, I like this. We're in here talking diastatic powers. Nick Haas says, came across some old homemade root beer in some old bottles. Would these be worth trying to mash with? Anything and make something worth drinking? You want to mash with... Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. You found some old bottles of just like IBC root beer. Yeah, why not?
Homemade.
Worth a shot. Yeah. I'd try it out. That seems like a fun little experiment.
Yeah.
A lot of science in here. Yeah, we're big science guys, man.
Paul says it's the mix that brought distilling to America. I'm a Mick.
Now, I want to make sure that I get this right. A Mick is a slang term for a Irishman?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. It's
you can say it, I think.
A potato person.
Yeah. Potato eater.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. Malted oats. I think I have the chocolate malt and caramel. Yeah.
See you, Duke.
Yeah.
Take care, brother.
Love you, buddy.
See you later, brother.
Yeah, I'm lost with all these big words, but you just got to kind of roll with it, man. You got to, just kind of fake it a little bit.
Use context clues.
Yeah.
That'll tell you what it means.
Scotch Irish. Need to make a breakfast sausage gravy and pour that on Popeye's biscuits. Now we're talking.
I've never heard Jock as a Scotsman. That's interesting. I've heard Mick a million times.
Mick is an Irishman,
but I've never heard Jock. That's interesting.
Nick is asking what you would mash it with. I'm assuming he's still talking about the root beer.
No, I have heard sheep jockey.
Wheat or oats.
I don't know if that's a play on jock.
I think.
Could be. I like these like European white slang words. I can't say the other ones.
Well, sure.
Jason says we need to make a breakfast sausage gravy and pour that on Popeye's biscuits.
That's what I'm talking
Man,
about.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, dude. I would do that. 100% I would do that.
Yeah.
I love gravy, and it's hard to beat a Popeye's biscuit.
I mean, how early do they open? Popeye's.
Ooh, good question.
I know that we could day before go get some, throw them in, keep them, throw them in the oven.
Because we got stuff for the sausage gravy.
Yeah. I'll just pick them up one afternoon. And
there's one on the way to work in the morning. There's one on.
You'd probably have to pick them up at night. I don't think they open. I don't know. Do they do Popeyes? Does Popeyes do breakfast?
They're a 10 a.m. type of place.
10 a.m.
I don't know that they
can't
have
do
a
that
breakfast menu.
Be cool if they did.
Not if they're at 10 a.m.
Maybe a
No,
limited location.
I'll look, but let's see.
Damn, Taco Bell serves breakfast.
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A has a banger breakfast.
they're
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, they got those little chicken mini breakfast. It's like basically a nugget on a very small little roll with a little bit of honey, maybe they've got on them.
don't see anything on the There is no breakfast menu. So
Okay.
We've lost chat.
Pick Australia. What do you think, or what would you do for a traditional moonshine Appalachian style for a 5-gallon still? Traditional moonshine?
Are you talking about a recipe or the still for a 8-gallon still?
I don't even know really what a traditional Appalachian moonshine
I don't
would be.
either.
Maybe like a straight corn recipe. Maybe a mountain brandy. I don't even know if that fits in there.
Probably. I wouldn't know what a traditional Appalachian.
I'd have to look at that,
would
Bubba.
be.
I don't know what the parameters for that are. Could be very specific. Could be very broad. Oh, what'd you figure out, brother? What was he working
Paul
on?
Johnson finally figured this out.
Chick-fil-A. And it just says Chick-fil-A.
Throw it out there.
Just pop it in. Chick-fil-A. Hey, I'm from Virginia. I love watching you guys. Best part of my Thursday. Robert, Sebastian, I'm not even upset that we're not the best part of your week. As long as we can get one day.
Best part of the Thursday?
I'll take that. I'll take that.
Friday Junior.
Good having you in here, brother.
Thursday's a tough day, too.
Thursdays are tough. But you're kind of on a downhill slide. Like,
Yeah, but like you're
Friday.
so ready for Friday, and it's not here yet.
Yeah. The recipe is what I'm talking about, but help with the still and the setup would be great. The still's going to depend on you, brother. You got what you got generally. Now, if you're looking for a new still, that's a different type of conversation. But if you're looking at like what's best for what I've got,
Yeah, Richard says whatever you have on hand, I believe, is the answer.
yeah,
Yeah.
apple and peach brandy. Don't get me started.
Did I miss anything? Had to meet my granddaughter's new boyfriend. Had to move all my test liquor off the kitchen table so I wouldn't scare him.
You should have left it out. I think
left it.
should have gave that boy a test.
Yeah. Yeah. Leave it sitting out with the shotgun leaning up against the cabinet.
Yeah.
Not a bad meeting.
Well, I hope he's a nice young man, Joe, and I hope that went well. Daniel says Thirsty Thursday. Speaking of, I got a refill.
First night of a 7-night hitch. Sorry, Bo.
Hey, truck driver.
Have to turn this still up a little bit. We ain't never gonna get through it.
Isn't hitch a term for the oil business?
I hear it in trucking.
Oh, okay.
I hear it in trucking on team drivers. Yeah. Now, I'm not sure about that, Jason. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would see that comment and assume that you're driving probably a team.
That makes sense.
But I could be wrong about that.
I'm gonna
Hydrometer.
play around with this microphone. You guys tell me what it sounds like.
Okay. Getting ready to run some apple brandy. The beginning gravity was 1090 and 0 at the end. Should be pretty good. Yeah, you got some alcohol in there for sure. That'll be nice to toss off in the old steel. Working in the oil field.
You're right.
So let me retract that. Week on, week off. I felt like normally those guys were 2 on, 2 off, but
No, I knew a lot of guys were week on, week off.
There is a lot. I've heard.
Jason, are you an offshore guy?
But an offshore guy's not week on.
Down there in the Gulf of America. Anyone need one?
No, I'm good. We are working on our 5th jar. Switch to quartz. It's about halfway there. And then on the next jar, we're going to do guess the proof. Person closest without going over is going to win their choice of a box of heirloom corn.
Of your picking, you got Jimmy Red, you got Bloody Butcher, you got Trucker's Favorite, you got Blue Hybrid, you got
Hickory King.
Hickory King. That's all of them, right?
That's it for now.
Cool.
We're going to, next order, we're going to get some Triticale in.
Triticale. I'd like to find a good Awakan. Wakan.
Jason says he's a dispatcher at a fuel dock, 14 and 7 rotation. Kevin, the last jar was 145.
145. That was on a pint too. We're switching to quartz, so do with that information what you want.
Yeah.
Something to consider.
Consider that however you need to.
It should work out about right too. That we'll be able to do that once we come back from this next intermission.
Yeah.
I think the timing of it is going to work out about perfect because we're not doing it on this jar, right? We're doing it on the next
jar.
Okay.
Yep.
Look at this stuff.
How did you hear about the beer? How did you hear about the beer in Gaylord, Michigan?
Grayling. I don't answer that. Well, I was up there with the Arkansas Army National Guard one summer. I went there and I went to Guernsey, Wyoming. A different summer. Both places had awesome beer. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Frankie, we guessed the proof when we pulled the jar. Don't get ahead of it. And the only reason, or not trying to be an asshole about it, but the only reason is so that Adam doesn't have to scroll too far back to find.
If it's too early, we just won't see it.
Yeah, we just won't see that was your guess.
We want you to win. There we go. That'll stay there. I'm not sure.
Figures, Camp Grayling.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I gotta get these. I gotta get this beer out from under in front of me. I feel like I'm sitting in the shadow.
So we're going to do a few more batches on this beer just to make sure the first one wasn't too much of a fluke, but
we're gonna make a lot of it.
Probably going to turn that into a beginner beer kit that folks can get here in the store or on the Homebrew Center website, because we also sell like 1 gallon beer equipment kits, starters.
Do people clarify beer?
Yeah, you can clarify a beer.
I mean, I know you can, but I mean, is that a common practice, or are most people just kind of letting time do the work? And
most people let time do the work, but I have certainly had beer guys come in here and buy like a Sparkaloid or something like that.
Fair enough. I'm downstate Michigan. Yeah, I like Michigan. I thought Michigan was cool. That's the only time I've ever been there, but it was pretty neat.
Paul says at day 7, I'm getting a 1052 reading on my new hydrometer. Awesome. And that was you that started at 1090, so nothing wrong with that. Not too bad at all.
Yeah.
For a wine.
Pretty good. Working pretty quickly.
Been there many times, native to Michigan.
Yeah, I thought it was a real... geographically, too, its location is pretty awesome because you're not far from the lakes. Like, you're literally off one of the Great Lakes. I can't remember which one it was exactly. Very pretty part of the world for sure.
And I miss the mosquitoes that I've heard can be kind of terrible there, depending on what time of year you go. So
They had not arrived yet.
they weren't there yet. That or there was too much air pushing them off that Great Lake, and they weren't around where I was at. But I heard they can be tough there.
Let's see.
My wannabe beaver shakes a little bit when I run it on my glass stovetop. I bought a microphone stand to put in my Liebig to stabilize it. Gonna try it next run.
Yeah, you could also try a diffuser plate because the reason the vibration is happening is it is boiling only on one certain spot of the pot, and it makes it wobble. So a diffuser plate sometimes can solve that problem.
Yep. You get that hopping around, that little popping noise. That'll take care of that for you. Man, we got a lot of Michigan folks here. I didn't realize that. Giving you guys a shout out. Didn't even know it.
Yeah.
Also, man, it would be just awesome to get out there and fish those lakes. And on some of them too, like in some parts of them, you can ice fish. Always wanted to ice fish.
I've never wanted to ice
Oh my
fish.
God, man. The idea of just like kind of being out on a shanty with a few buddies, pounding some brewskis, watching a hole, jerking a walleye out, maybe a pike, who knows?
I'm terrible at fishing and I hate the cold.
You would like that kind of
that
fishing.
combination just
No, you're in a hut. You're in a hut. You're not like
it's not cold.
No.
You're sitting on ice, right?
Depending on the setup, it can be. But if you go with someone that's like maybe got a little money,
Got their stuff
you're
together.
basically in a cabin out on the ice
Yeah. Huh.
with heaters and all kinds of stuff.
I've seen these setups where it'll be basically a tent, and then you've got a hole like right at the entrance, like of the tent. And you've got your stove and everything out there.
Yeah.
You could say warm.
Still sounds really cold. I'm not like.
Dude, some of those guys have like flat screen TVs and fireplaces and like refrigerators and
I don't typically say no to a new experience. I'm just saying, not sure I'd like it.
I'm gonna make you go one day.
Good luck. Since you said you're going to make me, probably never going to happen.
Dude,
now.
come on. I'm gonna be like, we're going to Australia, and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, get your bags packed for Australia. Guess what? We're going ice fishing, bud. Terry, that's pretty cool. We shot missiles on that range. Rockets. Dustin said, my keg still shakes on the kitchen floor too, but not enough to mess up the flow to the parrot.
The keg shakes on the floor.
What? Are you got an electric element inside of it? Like, what are you? That shouldn't happen.
Paul says he'd rather fish offshore.
Yeah, that's fun too.
I did some offshore fishing when I was younger with a guide. That wasn't bad. That was pretty fun, actually.
Yeah.
But like the guide knows where to go and catch fish.
Yeah, well, so like if you got a buddy up there, they would not like. They would be in the best position probably if they fish very much. Dustin, okay, so I really want to diagnose this. What do you think about this? He's using an electric element. He said, my keg still shakes on the kitchen floor too, but not enough to mess up the flow to the parrot.
I don't know.
That's weird.
You
kegs
live
hopping
near
around?
some train tracks? I don't know.
Does it ever puke? Like, does it ever spit up any kind of grain or anything out into your jars? Anything like that? Jason Acosta says, I'd rather fish in the marsh chasing redfish. Brother, I have caught some redfish out of Navarre in the harbor. That was a lot of fun. I'll give you that. Those redfish can really put up a fight. And also delicious. Popping out, also very good. That's about the extent of my...
Is redfish is that the same as red snapper?
Yeah.
Two different fish?
Two different ones, yeah. Both are good, though. The red snapper's badass. Whole, like a little, like one like this. Whole.
I've had red snapper. I like it.
Gutted, scaled, fried. Oh, man, hard to beat. The redfish is like
kind of this elongated silverish type fish. Got a little bit of a red tinge to it. It's got a dot on the back. They look almost like they kind of almost look like a buffalo carp, but more long and less fat.
Yeah.
Different mouths. I mean, I guess they don't really look that much the same.
But not yet.
Not yet. Figure it's boiling.
It's boiling. It's got to be the only thing it could be.
If it's hopping around, but
maybe
if it's not running though, too. Like if it's, I just worry. Like I don't know if it's your first time running it, or
worry that he's running too hot and heavy,
or that it's like plugged up and it's like,
oh, I don't know.
If it's boiling, you should be probably running something out of the end of your worm. But you said it wasn't messing your period up, so probably means it's already running. I don't know. That's a unique issue. I've never had anyone comment anything like that before.
Jeffrey says redfish is a drum snapper. Well, it's a snapper. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, is that the same one that we got the kits out for today?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So just to let you know, Jeffrey, your kits are coming, or kit. I don't even remember if it was
Kit.
one or two.
We did.
We only sent out 100 kits in the last 3 days.
It's been crazy, man. My back hurts. Nick Haas says, hard to beat winter walleye and crappie off Table Rock. I love crappie. That's the main type of fishing that I do around here, despite my largemouth bass shirt that I'm sporting today. Love crappie. I've heard the sheep's head. I've never actually caught a sheep's head. I've never went fishing for sheep's head, but I've heard that they're killer. I've seen videos of guys like pitching little sand crabs and stuff off and catching sheep's head. They look like a lot of fun. Look like a fat crappie that puts up like a way crazier fight. Jeff, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man.
I'm just sitting here listening to y'all talk about fishing. I'm like, I don't understand. None of it makes any sense.
I'm not a fisherman.
I just don't like fishing is not a thing for me.
For me, I'm happy to just go sit there and watch other people fish.
I mean, are we fishing in a boat? I'll keep the beer cold.
You like the trout fishing trip we went on.
That was fun.
Yeah.
I didn't catch anything.
You didn't?
All day.
That would be me.
Man.
We were there for hours.
That's how I would do it.
That bums me out for you.
Literally nothing. And I was doing the same thing that everybody else was doing.
I had this one
Same
guy,
bait, same cast. It doesn't matter. I didn't catch it. Same spot. I didn't catch anything.
I had this one guy take
Were
me
you in my
fishing.
boat?
I don't remember.
That was your problem.
Were you in Lucas's boat?
No.
I was in Lucas's boat.
Yeah, we were in different boats.
Okay.
Listen, I had this guy down in Alma take me fishing down on the creek one time.
Yeah, it was.
And he's like good at fishing,
Yeah.
like tournaments and stuff, right? And he's taking me, and he's like, see that right over there by that, right over there where that branch is hanging down, that little dark spot right over there. He's like, throw your, so 8-10 times, you know, and we're just kind of slowly drifting down
Yeah.
the stream. He goes, no, like this. He catches a fish. I'm like, are you shitting me? I hit her about 8 times.
Exactly. Yeah.
How the hell?
I know. I
You
get
were
it.
holding your mouth right.
Yeah, you were
exactly.
holding your mouth right.
Yeah, Joe, I'm going to get linked up with somebody, and I'm going to go up there for a couple days, and I'll pop off on some ice fishing one of these years, and I just always want to do it.
Yeah, I'd like to try it.
Oh, man. Just going up there, I mean, just hammering some beers out on the ice.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Paul is saying if the boiler isn't 3/4 full, it may jump around. All right, well, that's good to know.
That's so weird. Also, what kind of floor do you have?
Richard says it sounds like a cake might be bent on the bottom. See, Trickster says we have springers running on the West Coast.
To be fair, I don't know what a springer is.
What in the world is that?
I don't know what a springer is.
I thought fish swam. How could they be run?
Yeah.
I do know what that means. I'm just
Maybe like
Acting
maybe is that a slang term for like a brook trout or something? It's a trout for sure, but I'm just not sure.
Wasn't that controversial TV show where he brought people on and
Yeah, Julian Springer, I think it was.
Ran for years.
And they'd yell at people from the audience.
You're
and
not
say,
the father.
Yeah.
That type of show.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what they're talking about.
Was that Maori?
Maori did.
I used to like that.
Maury did that.
Maury. Yeah. You are not. Dude, that was just. I went through.
That was wild TV.
Yeah, that was crazy TV.
I could only watch it. I got like 6-7 minutes in. I'm like, I can't watch this.
Yeah.
There was always only so much I could take. But it did seem like for the 10 minutes or so that I could tolerate it, pretty good TV.
Spring salmon.
Spring salmon. Springers. Okay. That makes sense.
My grandma used to call them salmon. Didn't like that.
You'll put her down?
She's gone now.
It is how it's spelled. I don't know what the problem is.
She's gone now.
But she called it, and she said it with her chest. It's salmon.
Why's that L in there?
Oh, man.
It'd be like, Paul McKeely says tabloid TV at its best. I'd be like, tabloid. Why's that L in there?
Yeah.
Tabloid.
Tabloid. Yeah.
Grilled tuna.
I got collecting heads right now on his rye run.
Heck yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Mud grips and moonshine. Brother, I don't think we can read that out loud. Like you're not. I don't think that's a species. I think he's talking about something else.
I love tunic.
Oh, God, I just said we can't read it. Got his ass.
That's funny. Not sure that's how it's spelled, though.
And also, that's exactly the type of comment I would expect from mud grips and moonshine. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Song asks, why is this L silent anyway? That's a good question. I mean, you can ask that question about so many different words.
Moving silence like lasagna. Shout out to Little Wayne.
You seen that old bit from, what was the guy? I think the guy was it Gallagher that did that old bit where he had the cards of all the different spellings of the words? He would go through them and just make it show you the absolute insanity of English.
I don't know who did it.
B-O-M-B, bomb. Oh, okay. T-O-M-E, Tom? No, tomb.
Yeah, right.
Like, just walk through all the different words.
I've seen people do that
things.
bit. It's a good one. I mean, there's so much crap in the English language. We pull a lot from Latin. We pull a lot from others.
Colonel, there's not a word in the English language that pisses me off as much as colonel.
I don't like colonel either.
Colonel, if you were just looking at it.
Yeah.
Lieutenant, same way, right?
Yeah, it's a weird one. It's got
an F in it, right?
Yeah.
Lieutenant.
Well, that's what the Brits do. I don't know if Duke was still
here.
Like
that way, like a PH or something.
Lieutenant, isn't it L-I-E-U or something like that? It's L-I-E-U. That's the way we do it.
What a waste of vowels.
You're right.
It's a crazy.
There's one vowel that makes that sound, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's only so many, and we're using most of them.
I do think the Brits actually say lieutenant.
Yeah.
I think that. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Lieutenant.
Lieutenant.
But there's no F in there. I think either way you do it.
Maybe. It's probably true.
I think so. I don't know.
Too bad the Duke went to bed.
I know.
He could be explaining this to us.
I
Googled about salmon and the L, and they said it's because of Latinization that comes from Latin and whatever. The L just got lost somewhere in translation. So,
jar is almost full. Well, brother, I'm going to get up there to that last hash mark. But I appreciate you because sometimes I go several minutes without ever thinking of it.
Jason says the Brits say aluminum weird.
Totally agree. They add an extra I.
Aluminium.
They add an extra I to it.
Get real.
I don't understand.
It's aluminum.
Paul says there's an F in everything. Everything. Is that what he said?
It's a good point.
Man, you remember those old like I can't remember what they were called. Like when you were in school and you were learning like prepositions and adjectives and adverbs and stuff like that. What was that like kids program called? That would like help you with that. Like there was like little jingles.
Not Sesame Street.
No, it was like they would play it in school, and then it would teach you everything from like stuff like that to like what's that? I'm just a beer.
Oh, Schoolhouse Rock.
Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a Saturday.
Yeah.
That was a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
I feel like I only ever saw it in school.
They played it in schools.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a Saturday. It was like a Saturday
school.
morning cartoon thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prepositional phrases.
I actually enjoyed that stuff, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I was a big Bill Nye the Science Guy fan too.
Yeah.
Bill.
Good guy.
I liked old Bill.
He was good.
Now I think he's a crazy person.
Yeah.
Did you go with us to U of A to watch him speak?
Mm-mm. No, but I remember that event.
It was just like a sponsorship for atheism. It wasn't like any
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
I was going there expecting Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No,
and he was like, "Well,
God's not real.
God's not real."
Yeah,
so.
he's kind of he's gone on to that. That's his shtick now.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah,
I want to build out a damn science guy. You're out there trying to talk about religion and shit.
Yeah.
Do some experiments, you goofball. What the hell happened here? It wasn't broke. Why are you trying to fix it? Just do the old shit.
Exactly.
I want the old shit, Bill.
exactly.
Shit.
Here's a wild question. Anyone ever ferment and still wild cactus into something? I have a lot of spindles, small flats, and ball type of cactus in my county, thinking brown white sugar with it. I've never done wild cactus. I know people do prickly pear all the time.
Tequilas, mezcals, stuff like that. I mean, if it's not even necessarily agave, I mean, I don't know. I don't know that much about
I've tried
cactus,
it.
but I bet there's some cool stuff you could do.
I bet there's certainly, yeah.
Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
What is that, Cactus Jack? Why did I say that just now? Why do I know that? It's
Maybe
a brand of something.
Did you mean Cayman Jack?
Pure Poison says there's TikTok guys talking to you guys or trying. Is our TikTok chat not working?
It is working, and no one has said anything in the TikTok chat.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if maybe they mean another live.
Someone could be sharing.
Yeah,
That does happen, I think.
you can share a live.
You can host a
Oh,
live. You can.
yeah. Sorry, guys. We don't have that plugged in.
Yeah, Jason says only one way to find out, Clinton.
What do you mean, pure
That
poison?
feed not showing on here.
That
So if
feed?
there's anyone on TikTok right now watching us, we need you to drop a chat just so we can see if it pops up over here.
I see
Yeah.
3 people in the TikTok chat. I'm one of them. And the last comment on there was at the very beginning of the stream, "Hey," by Copper Moonstill. I see nothing going on in the
Oh,
TikTok
Copper
chat.
Moon, I didn't know he was there. I would have said something.
Yeah, he was there. It looks like he's the top viewer over me, so he's probably still watching.
Copper Moon, if you're still watching, drop another message in the chat so we can see.
Could be broken.
Make sure that this thing isn't broken.
You have to really interact with the TikTok chat to keep people engaged, because I think generally, and I'll say this even from my point of view, for myself, there's a shelf life. TikTok like trains you to only watch things for like a few seconds.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you're not really super engaged with your chat over there, that's why typically, like, I was back there doing a work live earlier and there was 20 or 30 people in there, but that's because I'm talking to them, and I kind of feel like the TikTok chat gets neglected a little bit, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't hold very many people over there. Plus, a lot of my people I send over here to the YouTube because I find it to be a little bit better. Like Pure Poison.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's a couple other people in here that are normally on my TikTok, other than Joe, of course. I think Joe was a Still in the Clear fan before she was a ABB guy fan.
Thought it was someone.
I don't remember where she started out.
I told him.
Are you still? Yeah, Joe's still in here. Where did you start out? TikTok or YouTube? Where'd you find us, Joe?
Don't hurt me, Joe.
Easy enough to boil and hydrometer on pounds of cactus to water content. I'd be more concerned potential other issues chemical wise. Yeah, man, I don't have any answers for you on that one, Clint. Joe says YouTube. Iowa Freethinker says YouTube.
I would think the majority of 98% of people came from Still in the Clear.
Joe's 3 watching on the Homebrew Center.
Wow.
That's awesome.
4 now. Look at that.
Let me
That's pretty
try
neat.
maybe refreshing that.
So yeah, if Copper Moon did drop something, we haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm refreshing it.
Adam is working on it right now.
There's a cactus in Texas, and that's quite nice to drink. Sotol? There's a cactus in Texas. Sotol? I don't know if I'm saying that right.
I don't either.
Love me some Joe Parks. Brother, you and me both, man. What a lady. What a gal.
Trickster found us on the tube. Iowa Freethinker graduated from the University of YouTube.
It's a good collegiate community. It's, yeah. It's almost kind of crazy to me that out of all of the video and all of the data and all of the teaching that is on YouTube, that there is not some kind of like, no one's tried to do like a YouTube
University?
Yeah, YouTube accreditation of some
Right.
sort. Or like something. I'll say this.
Double barrel Daryl
Well, no.
dropped something.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, Pure Poison. It was a hung chat. I needed to reset it, so thank you.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Clinton says MeWe is where we all lurk, share ideas, and help each other when not on live stream as FY to new folks. Yeah, so we have a group called Moonshine for Beginners over on MeWe. It's a great group. Most of the folks that are in this chat, they're part of that group.
Mud Drips and Moonshine says, I live in Ohio, 902 foot above elevation. Water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit here. What temperature should I run my still at for optimum extraction? What boils at 212 here too, but
in my opinion, so first of all, that's a depends question.
Depends. Get them in the chat.
The temperature at which things are going to start happening in your still is completely dependent upon the ABV in your pot. That's going to have more effect than anything else on temperature ranges. So I don't tell people temperatures to watch your still, to do this or to do that. I tell people to pay attention to your drip rate and how fast you're running the still and adjust your temperature that way, because every recipe is different. Even stills are different. Science does say that things boil at this point and these kinds of azotropes boil at these points, but your mash is going to be the determining factor. So I tell people don't even pay attention to the temperature except to the point where, oh, it's getting up to, I'm at 150 Fahrenheit. I need to start paying attention because we're going to be dripping at some point in the near future, so I need to pay close attention. But other than that, it's just pay attention to your drip rate. When you're brand new, take it as slow as you can, as slow as you can tolerate taking it. So that's usually like 3 drips, 4 drips per second. As you gain experience with your runs, increase that speed until you find where you like to run it at.
Also, think about this. It's going to be largely dependent on your type of still and kind of like what he's saying. He's trying to kind of get you away from thinking about things in terms of temperature. And here's a good explanation as to why, and I'll show you specifically on this North Georgia. So if you look at this thing, it's got a thermometer here, it's got a thermometer here, it's got a thermometer over here in the thumper. If I read this lowest one that's down here submerged in our mash, it's coming in at 209 degrees, okay? This one up here at the top of the cap is coming in at like 201, and this one over here in the thumper is coming out at 190. I couldn't take any one of those numbers and discern anything from it. What Cyrus taught me when I first started over here with him is just like what he said, watching that drip rate, looking at it, and
taking more in from what you're seeing your still do as opposed to what are the temperatures at varying points of your cap, your pot, your thumper, whatever. So pretty solid advice. And yeah, that's a common thing though. I mean, that was something that I was kind of wanting to focus in on when we first started running together, and it just, at the end of the day, I figured out it just doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
it seems like it would. Like I get the sentiment.
I have read many stills that didn't even have a thermometer.
Yeah.
Corey's asking, what should my fermentation temp be? Flake corn, malt barley, sugar, and yeast. So the yeast in which you use will have a temperature range that the manufacturer says it likes. I like to run near the top side of the fermentation range, the temperature range, because the cooler it is, the slower it goes. So, in my opinion, warmer is better. So, like 75 to 85. Yeah, I see Clinton just put that in. 75 to 85 degrees, ideally. Yeah. So, unless you're using some sort of odd yeast that you wouldn't normally use for distilling, like a lager or something like that, which is going to be a lower temperature. 75 to 85 is pretty good. Trickster saying 70 to 80. So yeah, those are both good answers, and it will be a preference for you. The cooler you are on that spectrum, the slower it will be to ferment. Mud Grip says, thank you for your answer. Very informative. All right. This is jar number 5. The giveaway will be our jar number. Did you say jar 6?
Yeah, jar 6, I think.
Next so jar number 5 is at. Let you guys throw your guesses out. Then we're going to do intermission after this one, and we're going to be shutting this live down at about 7:45 because Adam has got school stuff that he has got to get do early in the morning, so he's got to get out of here at a decent hour. Number 5. Everybody got their guesses in on this jar. Again, this is not the jar for the giveaway. That's jar number 6, which is the next jar that will be coming off. Guesses from 130, 137, 136, 128, 132, 126, 131, 144. Wait for late stragglers if anyone else is throwing out a guess. 135 says Scott. 142 says Mud Grips. Between 100 and 180, DRC nailed it. Nailed it, DRC.
Good call.
Dustin.
Corey says 136. Double barrel barrels at 129. Last jar was 145, guys.
What did they say? They throwing out some crazy low ones?
Not crazy low. Not crazy low. DRC says, just a guess.
It's a good guess.
A really good one.
Really good guess.
Jar number 5 is 144. Oh, dadgummit, I forgot to do the bubbles. When the wind song's going to be mad at me.
Damn it.
You're going to be in a doghouse.
Yeah.
Hang on now. Rick's Honeybees, 144 at 708. Is that 2 in a row for Rick?
That's 2 in a row, yep.
Looking like a favorite for the heirloom corn.
What the heck, Rick?
We'll see if he gets this next one.
The next one is the one that matters.
Yes, we did switch to quartz, Richard, and we did say we were switching to quartz.
We said it
a couple of times.
We said it.
And if you'd been watching the drip cam, you'd have seen it happen, actually. Rick is dialed in tonight.
Yeah, he is.
All right, guys, we're gonna do an intermission. We'll be back, and I've got about 45 more minutes of the show. We're gonna give away some heirloom corn to the winner of the next proof guessing game.
10 pounders. See y'all in a bit.
What you got going on here, Bubba?
We are running some corn liquor in the North Georgia Fat 10. This is a corn liquor that we did that is a semi-sour mash. We used dextrose, 100 pounds of dextrose in roughly 40 gallons of water. And took forever to finish off. But we're putting it in the pot now. We're going to get her running for the live tonight.
We're gonna put in the stumper.
We're going to put some more of this corn liquor in there, I think.
Everybody's gonna get it.
Everybody gets it.
Like Oprah Winfrey. You get corn liquor and you get corn liquor.
Yeah, so we'll see how it turns out. I think it's going to be awesome. Ran this kind of recipe a whole bunch of times, so I don't expect to be disappointed by it.
Nah. It'll drink.
This is run number 3 on the North Georgia still, so kind of getting used to how this still works. And yeah.
I think we worked all the kinks out on this here little worm bucket. Take some playing around with that little ball valve.
Her. I can't see down in there.
I can.
Let me know when I just come up past that inlet.
Yeah, all right.
Half inch or so.
A half inch?
Half inch-ish, yeah.
Maybe give her another
More, a little taste.
There it finally starts coming. Really good there.
All right. Ready to turn the heat up a little bit. Start warming her up.
Let's get her fired up here.
Just wanted to let you know that Still in the Clear now offers heirloom corns. We've got the Hickory King White, we've got the Bloody Butcher, we've got the Jimmy Red, we've got a hybrid non-GMO blue corn, we've got the Trucker's Favorite white corn. And if you've been wanting to try some of these corns and add a distinctively different flavor to your moonshine, other than just a regular old yellow corn, you definitely want to try these out. You can go to stillintheclear.com/shop, click on the category heirloom corns and see everything we have to offer. You can get it in 10-pound batches. You can also get them straight from the Homebrew Center shop if you're local to the Fort Smith area. And we also offer bulk purchases in store at Homebrew Center where you can get a great deal on a 50-pound bag. That is pickup only. But if you want to try some of these great corns shipped straight to your door at a great price, check them out. Stillintheclear.com.
The perfect shine, some say, is all about the water, or about the best corn or their secret mash bill. For others, it's about a great still and a lot of copper in the process. The best distillers and moonshiners know that the pursuit of the perfect shine is more about the sum total of each great part, not any one thing. The North Georgia Still Company is a great place to pursue your perfect. You won't find a better still. The materials, craftsmanship, and attention to detail in every still they make, regardless of size, is the finest that money can buy. Need awesome grains, enzymes, yeast, or other accessories for making mash or distilling it? They've got that too. The North Georgia Still Company is all about turning water into shine. So go ahead, get your shine on.
We in here.
And we's back. We are back. Let's see.
You want to talk about that, or
Windsong's airing out our laundry on the
talk about that
live here.
we're kink
I
shaming
feel
now?
like I'm being shamed for my kinks.
We're kink shaming? Is that what we're doing?
So far, this pure rye has been worth the effort.
Great transition, by the way. Let's just right back into the comments.
Just move on.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of this.
We lost it. There it is. Very nice. Even at 78% right now at the top of the hearts. 5 gallon. Definitely numbs the lips, but good flavor.
Numbs the lips.
And Frankie, if you were throwing your one, I don't know if you're behind on the live or if you're throwing that guess out for the next jar. But if you are throwing it out for the next jar, wait until we pull the jar so it's not hard to find the correct guess.
Well, and there may be enough time now by the time we do the guess the proof. If you're seeing this right now, it's possible that if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, if you pause or walk away or something happens and your live stops, you could be behind several minutes. You can check that on the bar at the bottom, and then you can move the little dialogue dot to catch up to the live. So you definitely want to make sure that you're live by the time we do the guess the proof. That's probably coming up here in about 10-15 minutes. That is for corn. Don't want anyone to miss out on that.
Uncle Moonshine's in the house. Good to see you, brother.
What's up, Bob? How are you, brother?
Ever put any mashed grain in the thumper or always just liquid? So far in this one, we've only put liquid in it, but we'll be experimenting with all kinds of stuff.
We put some concentrates and some different things in there. This one we
Actual fruit.
yeah.
Yeah.
This one we just put some of the mash off in.
Mm-hmm. Without the grain. Yeah.
Yeah. Grainless mash. Block says, why does sugar wash distillate still smell when coming off as high as 95%? Depends. Could be a couple different things. Could be maybe you had some residual off in your worm pot thumper. Could have some funky stuff from the last run that's maybe hanging out in your still. Maybe could do with a cleaning run. You're coming off that high, man. It should be pretty much straight alcohol.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of off the top of my head, but maybe there's something causing that. I don't know.
Yeah, 95%. That's 190 proof. That's
up there. Yeah. Always good seeing you, man.
Clinton says you still have some oddity chemicals in the acetone and other acetate type of volatiles. They wear off fast though. There you go.
Well, that could be true too. Like what he's talking about. You could. We let all of our stuff breathe overnight. We put a lid or just the screw top part of a lid back on with a coffee filter. So there's nothing between this coffee filter and this final product. Allows it to breathe overnight, but also keeps any kind of unwanted little bugs or whatever out of your stuff. It allows some of those more volatiles to kind of burn off overnight before you come back and blend.
Mm-hmm. Don't forget. Also, I haven't seen Yancey, the winner of the tickets, yet in the chat, but I'll send them an email. Also, we're not going to be mailing out tickets until pretty close to the festivals, because we don't want to, we're 6 months away right now.
30, 45 days prior. I don't want people losing their tickets and then
needing more, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Just want to try to cut down that time gap. Like if you send me something that I'm going to 6 months from now, I am going to lose it.
Yeah, me too.
I will not know where it's at, and then I'll be emailing you like, hey, I don't know where my. So they're going to be like wristbands too, like woven wristbands. So it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, Uncle Moonshine. Wish you could make it too. Why can't you make it? I don't understand.
Yeah, dude.
It's the most important event of the year.
What are you doing, man?
And
what are you doing? You don't like us?
like, what are your wait, he's in Florida. Yeah, you're like 3 states away.
It's like a brisk 12-hour drive.
You go through the panhandle. You're like 3 states away.
You're right there, dude.
Just
Also, it's 6 months. He said work. You're 6 months away from it. Take time off. Like, take 2 days off, 3 days off.
You should be putting in your time off right now.
Also, for you guys in the chat, I'll have Adam put the address in the chat. If you are wanting to send us something to have it judged for the Best in Shine competition, there's going to be 3 different categories, I think is what we've landed on. A white dog, a post-flavored, and a brandy. Is that the 3 we were thinking about?
No, we're going to do a brown whiskey also.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Aged.
So
A white dog, an aged whiskey, a brandy, and a post flavor.
yeah. So 4 categories. Pick or poison, whatever you're best at. Send us your best stuff. We're going to have a panel of judges. That could end up being us. We still haven't really landed on that exactly. But it's going to be 3 or 4 people trying your stuff, taking some notes, trying everybody else's stuff, and then coming up with some bragging rights and a little prize for the winners.
Maybe a trophy. That'd be fun.
For sure, a trophy. We'll get a trophy together.
I mean, it might just be a mason jar hot glued to a block of wood, but
It'll be something cool.
Be
something neat. We can spray paint a gold mason jar.
Gold spray paint. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Put it on a big old pedestal, like a big half-gallon mason jar, just up on top of that'd be sick. That would be the fun. Stanley Cup for moonshiners. Be drinking out of that thing.
Because Uncle Moonshine is about to lose his second place as my non-romantic moonshiner crush. For not coming, probably.
Do you guys ever come to Hillbilly Jam or Thunder Road festivals? No, we haven't yet. We're just so busy here. That said, I definitely want to make time. I want to go down to Maggie Valley, see Hillbilly Jam, Thunder Road. I've heard nothing but good things. Like, definitely want to try to make some time to get out and see all of you guys, see some other people that we talk to predominantly on social media, but that we're buddies with. And so, yeah, definitely want to do some of that. I don't know logistically how that would ever work.
Yeah.
But
I might be able to figure it out someday.
Yeah.
Ryland says, sounds like a lot of drunk judges. Yeah, and how we're going to do it, too, depending on how many entries we get. If we get a bunch of entries, like, we are going to narrow those down before the Shine On Festival arrives, so that during the Shine On Festival, only, like, the top bracketed,
like top 10 from each category, probably. That said, there's probably going to be drunk judges. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong about that. Uncle Moonshine asks, "Is there an entry fee?" No. There's a general, like, to come here and be present. Yeah, there's general admission is like what, $35? $35. But to just enter some shine into the competition, no, there's no entry fee for that kind of thing. You just got to get it over here.
And the date is October 4th, first Saturday of October. Mudgrip says you never come back from Copperhead Road. I mean, that's so true. They made a song about it.
That is true. Yeah. I mean, he's not lying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uncle Moonshine's asking if he has to be here. So doesn't think he's going to make it, but maybe he'd like to send something in.
No, I don't think you have to be here. I mean, if it's one of those,
we shouldn't make it where you have to be here.
Yeah, you can send something in, and we'll do social media posts and announce them. And yeah, it's like really cool. If you end up winning it and you're not here, kind of a bummer. But I don't want. There's people all over the country that probably end up sending us stuff, so I don't want them to feel like
They have to be here.
obligated to come. If you've
Right.
got good stuff, and
Yeah.
I want you to send it in and get it judged.
Oh, yeah. And the Adam's throwing up the little billet that we have for it right now.
Ow! Man, we're about to be adding another big one to that list of big, beautiful, powerful, some are saying, maybe the strongest sponsors.
Perhaps the strongest ever.
Big, huge sponsors.
And we've also got a lot of our entertainment books. So we'll be making a new billet with all of our bookings that we have so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
October 4th.
10-4.
10-4, Bubba. 10-4, Bubba. Let's put that in a radio spot. 10-4, Bubba. I'll be there.
Yeah. Ryan says, where'd it go? Scrolled away.
Are we gonna have to ban Windsong from entering the post flavor? I mean, that sucks. But I mean, it is a very clear conflict.
Right.
Well, I mean,
Maybe she could
have
proxy send somebody in. Like she could send her stuff in through a proxy,
Through
and
somebody else's
they could
name.
get the credit, but she would just know like.
Ryan said 12 gallons of your corn liquor recipe days away from being ready to run.
Hell yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. Winsong says, tell him he has to be here because Winsong says so. It's absolutely mandatory.
Yeah, dude, Ankh, you gotta come, man.
Yeah, it'd be great.
No one, Kevin says, no one has ever had bigger sponsors.
No one has ever.
No one's ever been able to achieve these amount of sponsors. These big, beautiful sponsors. So powerful. Sorry. I guess I need to start saving my pennies now and then.
Dude, yeah.
Richard, you're probably gonna be here working, Bubba.
Yeah, we need volunteers.
You're probably gonna be humping some big. No, we gotta take it easy on that back. We'll find something for you to do.
Take it easy on that back.
Hey, well, he's, God dang. Well, then, so be it. Uncle Moonshine, I would like a commitment, a hard commitment.
Yeah.
Have to be there for
Yeah,
Windsong.
right now.
He said, well, then, so be it. Have to be there for Windsong. Yeah, you need to come, brother.
Charlene's asking what was the $35 for? That is the general admission ticket to the Shine On Festival.
Something tells me you and Richard are probably covered, though. I'm probably going to need y'all's help.
Okay. We're going to turn that up a little bit.
I can do it.
It is 7:27. We got 39 people in the chat. Thank you very much. Well, we have more than that. We have 39 people on the Still in the Clear channel on YouTube in the chat.
Plus 3 on Homebrew. Plus 4 on TikTok. So.
Jason says, they're wonderful sponsors, the best sponsors. We're
That's
making sponsors great again.
That's right.
Joe, you are definitely coming. Can you help if you come? Yes, for certain, Joe, for certain.
I don't think we can really tell you no to anything. I don't know if everyone else feels that way, but
You can say whatever you want.
yeah,
Joe.
you can say whatever, ask whatever.
Darlene says, right on, I might make some of my shot glasses to bring for sure.
You should do that. I could see the tumblers, coffee.
Yeah,
Shot
they
glasses.
should definitely get a booth space so they sell their coffee and tumblers and all that good stuff.
I would discount a booth for them too, especially if it was a situation where like Richard was going to help us run stills in here or something. You know.
Yeah.
I don't
How
know.
do you like to heat up for a run? Quickly or take your time and keep it low? Not quickly, but like a medium. I like to, save some time heating up, but I don't like to heat it up real fast.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody that is here will probably be drinking liquor.
I think there will be lots of non-sober folks walking
It's
around.
going to be very hard to be sober here. There's going to be a lot of Ubering, a lot of lifting.
I mean, we don't have a full.
We need
tank.
I haven't thought about that too. We need to have like a board of like Razorback cab. Here's their number. Here's this. Here's that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a good
Lyft,
idea.
Uber.
It's a good idea.
There's a couple. I think there's a couple those companies around here.
What?
Razorback cab and
Yeah.
it's more than just them. I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and Uber and Lyft have a good enough footprint here that.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Mud Grips and Moonshine's asking, is that a steel plate between your burner and your pot? And how much more effective is that? It is not.
Show them on that second camera.
The literal only reason that is in there is because you see the board that we have the thumper and the worm sitting on. Well, that platform is not wide enough for both of those, one. And so in order to set both of those up there and get them equal, it raises it up. That platform is the same exact height as that burner. So I put that grade on there so that it's the same height as the thumper and the worm, and that all of our connections fit and go together well. That's the only reason that's there.
Perfect.
We do run it on, we do run that grade when we run the Olympics, but that's also...
5 gallon.
Yeah, the 5 gallon, just because the 5 gallon doesn't really want to sit on top of the burner very well, so we put it on there to kind of stabilize it. But that's it. That's the only reason. It's just a spacing issue.
Richard says he'll do it if he can.
Maybe they're a day early.
Well, come on, man.
Come on, brother. You can hang out with us all day. I'll be running around here like a little chicken with my head cut off.
Yeah.
I will be there. I will be there.
Awesome. We
Write
got
it
it.
down, folks.
You heard it here.
Get the Uncle Moonshine graphic that we prepared up on the screen, Adam.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Dude, Unc, we'll take all the help we can get, brother. It's gonna be nuts. We'll hook you up.
So using a full plate, Mud Grips and Moonshine, using a full plate without the slits would allow heat to dissipate across the whole burner. Assuming, so this steel does not have a flat bottom. It has a ridged
Beveled
edge.
edge.
So I'm not sure it would work real well on this burner or on this pot anyway.
Dang, dude, should I turn that up a little more?
Well, we're just going to pull it in.
We get a quartz once we get a pint's worth in there.
Once we get at least enough to fill this.
Okay.
Because it's 7:32. We got to shut down tonight at 7:45 for Adam. So here in a little bit, I'm going to pull this.
What should I do? Should I keep running or should we just flip it back on tomorrow?
What do we got going tomorrow? We can start it tomorrow.
This tomorrow, Friday.
Stop signs work great too, or so I've heard.
Oh, that would be a cool little burner plate.
Right?
That'd be neat.
Yeah, we could do that with the Copper Stilco 15 gallon. It's got a flat bottom.
I will say I have a University of Arkansas Fort Smith police parking sign that was acquired prior
to the
what's the statute on that?
prior to the statute.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Acquired.
Before that,
prior to then, yeah.
and I'm not going to say I'm the one that acquired it originally, but it did end up in my possession 10 plus years ago. And yeah, not the cool one. Are you there?
Richard says
I might have
finish
been.
it in the morning during the live. The morning lives are not this long, so probably wouldn't be doing that.
I mean, that said, I guess we could flip it on when we get here and have it running while we're doing the, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll play that by ear.
No promises on that, but maybe. Have to tune in tomorrow to find out. Is the live tomorrow the open live, or is that on Saturdays?
Saturday is the open live.
Okay.
So for those of you in the chat, we do a morning live every morning, 8:30. Kind of have some coffee, talk about things that are going on. It is for the members only of the YouTube channel. But on Saturday, we do the same thing, except it's open to everybody.
Everyone in the chat that you see with one of those Still in the Clear logos right before their name is a Still in the Clear bootlegger, remember?
Bootlegger, yep.
They're bootleggers?
No. They're steel hands.
Steel hands, sorry. So, man, that echo is just... Am I hearing?
Yeah, we're hearing your
okay.
headphone set.
So yeah, everybody that's got that logo right in front of their name is a Still in the Clear Still Hand member. That's what gets you access to the lives in the morning. And they're pretty fun. They're smaller than these big lives that we do, and so it's kind of cool to...
Joe says, y'all do good just to get your coffee. I can't see you doing a run.
That's kind of true, really.
Not far off.
We got a coffee pot the size of a thimble. So it's like always out.
Got to get a full-size coffee
Dude,
pot.
it is so small.
It is pretty small for a place
It's
like
ridiculous.
When I got it, I thought it was just me drinking it.
Yeah.
No. I think here's what's crazy too. I think I have a spare full-size coffee pot in my garage.
this. Get that thing up
I'll look
here.
at it. I'll look
Why is it
tomorrow.
still
I've
good?
got a mini fridge over there that just sitting. Well, I got my truck back now, so I'll
haul some stuff.
I'll haul that mini fridge. The coffee pot, there was really no excuse for that. I could fit that in.
Now that you have a truck, you can bring the coffee
Yeah, I
pot.
got a truck back now. I can bring a coffee pot over here.
Clinton makes a good point. Get a percolator pot since you got the propane and plates right there to use.
I mean,
You could, yeah, that
that
would be
is
cool.
true.
I love a percolator.
I do like some percolated coffee.
That's a,
Phew.
For
A little
I don't
instant
know,
coffee.
when we first moved here, I built a fire every morning to make the coffee with one of those old.
Love seeing that little up there in a bubbler.
Mhm.
yeah.
It was the only way I'd get up early, build a fire, make coffee, cook a breakfast.
I need to bring one of the
nuts.
several. I don't know
All
what.
on it.
Adam, you'll probably know what it's called. It screws together, and there's a bottom where you put water, and then there's a center part where it's got a little, looks like a funnel with a kind of a mesh in there, and you put the coffee on top of that, and then in the top you heat the bottom up, and it boils up through the coffee, and then you have this top part that's got your coffee in it.
Yeah.
You know what that's called?
I don't even know I've
I'm
never
not-
seen what you're talking about.
We've got
At
cold
first-
presses. We've got all
At
kinds of
first, I
stuff.
thought you were talking about a French press, but
No.
then you said funnel.
Yeah,
it's like
it's
not an
for-
aero press, is it?
Well, you don't ever do anything.
You
It's
don't
just
do
got
anything.
this big tube that comes up in the top of it, and the hot water that's ran through all the coffee grounds comes through it and ends up in this bowl up top.
I don't know what that
You
is.
just heat it up on a stove. It's pretty
Sounds
cool.
cool. I
Isn't
don't know
that
what that is.
a Moroccan style of coffee brewing?
Clinton, you would know what that
It
is.
does remind me. I don't know.
You know a lot about
Indeed, indeed, Clinton. It does.
yeah,
It
yeah.
harkens back to Morocco.
It does
yes.
harken back to my times in Morocco, where I was enjoying coffee in the markets.
Let's see, Moroccan style coffee.
I'll tell you exactly. If you hit this while he's looking it up, if he pulls it up on the screen and you're right, I'll give you full credit. I don't know what it's called, but I know what it looks like.
Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this jar so we can do the giveaway.
Don't guess yet. Don't start guessing yet.
I don't know. Let's look, shall we? So
No.
okay.
But it's that shape, but there's just another deal on top that catches all the...
Interesting.
I'll do some homework on this and I'll get back
Yeah,
to you
let's
next
find
week.
out about that. Tune in next week to find out about this coffee technique.
Now you guys can start guessing the proof.
Windsong says bubbles.
All right, I'll do bubbles. I'll not forget the bubbles.
This is a little bit of a curveball jar. A half quart, close to a pint. Jar number 5 came off at 144. First one to hit it gets 10 pounds of heirloom corn of your choosing.
Closest without going over.
Closest without going over. Sorry.
Oh, we got a lid somewhere around here.
140 has been guessed several times. If someone else guessed your number, you guys are gonna have to keep up on the chat on the screen.
Roll that beautiful bubble footage.
Siphon coffee brewing. Jason's already putting in his variety order. He thinks he hit this one.
Nailed it.
I'll take 10 pounds of blue. Please and thank you.
Siphon Coffee Brewing. It's not turns. Okay, so we got 125, 132, 138, 137, 128, 135.
Are we done?
Closest without going over.
140.5. It does cap the 140.
It does beat 140. That's right. All the numbers are taken. Oh, I was thinking of the mocha pot earlier.
Who was the? Are they still guessing? We'll let you guess a little bit
jumped
longer.
in with a 144. Rick's throwing out 134. What were you saying?
I just didn't know if they were still guessing or if we were. Someone had to have hit it. Nail on the head.
Surely. Called a coffee bong. Paul Johnson says. All right. Looks like everybody's throwing out guesses. They wouldn't let my comment go through. It's called a nipple on top.
Joe, you can't say that kind of a thing in here.
Washington Rye Clone Kit just ordered while I wait. Awesome, man.
Hell yeah. I heard that little order beacon go off back there.
Jim Peterson's thrown out 139. You might be a shiner if you look at the coffee pot running and try to figure out when it's getting into hearts.
I like that.
That's
cool.
Joe has thrown out a 139.5. All right. I think everybody, I'm going to go ahead and throw the number out. We got a 142.
142. Who hit it? Yadam?
Mud Grips and Moonshine at 7:40 p.m. 142.
Mud Grips and Moonshine.
He was the first 142.
He was the first 142.
Final answer, he says.
Well, hell yeah, brother.
You get to choose. Let's see, you're on YouTube. If you go to stillintheclear.com, on the homepage of stillintheclear.com, top right corner of the page, there is a contact Cyrus button. That'll bring up an email box, and just send me an email telling me who you are, who to ship it to. I guess I could ship it to Mud Grips and Moonshine. What's your shipping address and what it is you want. 10 pounds of...
Well, you'll be able to shop them on there, but there's Jimmy Red, there's Bloody Butcher, there's Blue Hybrid, there's Trucker's Favorite, and then there is a Hickory King White. Take your pick, brother. Also, notice somebody said that they just put an order in earlier tonight. For all of those that are kind of thinking about ordering something online, for every order that you submit that's over $50, you're going to be automatically entered to win free grain for a year. You're going to be able to go on there and pick out 12 kits or 12 bundles of corn or whatever it is that you want, and then we'll ship them out to you at the beginning of every month. And you'll have something new to play with. It's probably, if you went with the cheapest kit that we sell on there, 42, 44, 420, over $500 worth of kits. So we're excited to. It's going
to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Fun to give somebody free grain once a month, every month for a year.
He said he wants some of that blue hybrid.
Blue hybrid? All right. Just make sure I've got a way. Let me know where to send it.
Get with us on the website, stillintheclear.com. If you've never ordered anything before, go over there, send us an email. We're going to need your shipping address, your government name, and remind us again exactly what you want. We'll get it out to you tomorrow, brother.
Oklahooch just jumping in.
Oklahooch, my brother.
We're about to shut her down, brother.
Yeah, we're getting close to calling her quits for the night. We just gave some corn away. Oklahooch also, I don't know if you were hearing about the grain giveaway, but it may not make as much sense for him being so close. But, hope everyone joins in on that and has some fun with it. The corn comes milled, Dustin. It's 1/8.
1/8 hammer mill.
Hammer time. Adios, mother shiners.
See you later.
All right, brothers. We'll see y'all next week. And sisters.